certain driver, it just gives it to somebody. If she's close, it'll probably automatically come to her because it says you're about to be picked up in 5 minutes, so it'll probably come to her. Uh,
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Simply Reliable Studios watch-along presentation as we are
yeah,
here
it
tonight.
it'll probably come to you in a minute because you're the closest. Oops. Sorry about that, JJ. I was trying to do two things at once and then freaking answer the phone.
It is what it is, man. So what's going on, Walter?
Nothing much. Excited about Raw. Well, it seems like Raw is a one match kind of thing today, but I mean, I'm looking at AJ Styles. I like him too, and that was my son's favorite wrestler when he was into wrestling. So I like that. And then the Jay seems to just be a segment, so we'll see what that is. But I'm looking forward to that. But
Well, AJ Styles is going to be a segment. Jey Uso is going to be a match.
is it? Oh, I thought AJ was gonna fight Logan Paul.
No, he's calling Logan out. Did you guys
Uh,
did you watch Raw last week?
I did. I
Or
got
were you too
confused.
stoned that you don't remember it?
Probably that.
Jesus Christo, man, Jesus. We have 3 matches and a segment announced for tonight. We've obviously got the steel cage match, which is going to be our main event. We have a tornado tag match, so you don't need to tag in and out. All 4 men can be in the ring at once with the New Day versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee from the LWO. And we've got Grayson Waller taking on Jey Uso. AJ Styles is calling out Logan Paul. There may be something else added impromptu like we sometimes get, but that's the card.
Okay. I don't know why I thought Jey Uso was on the Grayson Waller effect for some reason. He's actually
No,
in that
Grayson
match.
Waller
Yeah.
effect is supposed to be on Friday, or no, Miz TV is on Fridays. It's going to be a Miz TV segment. Never mind.
Yeah, Miz don't miss. They starting to call it because of
Yeah,
Carmelo or something.
Mellow
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
Miz,
Yeah.
which I like that team name, damn it. I think
You
it's
know what?
good.
I like it too, to be honest. It fits them. And they might surprise you. Like, it seems like Melo's annoyed and really doesn't want to do it, but I feel like eventually they will, for at least for a little while. Like, maybe for the hiccup Awesome Truth did, like just a few months, but it might work out.
I mean, you think about Jericho, you think about Show Miz. These teams weren't long standing in their history, but they were effective.
Mm,
Mellow don't Miz could be just the same thing.
that's very true.
So it's good to see everybody there showing up in the chat. I see we've got your brother in the chat, Nestor. I see your son is in the chat. See some new people in the chat. Walker, good to see you. Safet, always good to see you. Matt, we're doing awesome. Thank you for being here and supporting us. There you go. Another new subscriber. New
Keep it
stuff.
climbing.
What is that now? 110, 111? Last I saw
12.
10. 112. There you go. 88 more, and you go to WrestleMania next year, bruh.
Right, let's do this.
See Lambs, Daniel, good to see you guys.
Man.
If Bianca Belair is supposed to be on the show because of the Io Sky thing. So Bianca's able to double dip. Oh, there's
Oh, look at that.
Cowboys.
We got Cowboy in the house.
Okay, so Cowboys' name is Alex. Good to know. What's up?
Yeah, good to know. Jeez, all kinds of shit happening. Wife getting hurt. You're supposed to smack me in the head and hurt me, not get hurt sitting down.
Right?
Ooh, that's a good question, Daniel. But
Well, see, I didn't see Revolution account, and Jeff was there, so he didn't buy the pay-per-view on Triller. So I would need to get access to somebody else's to go back and watch it. But I heard it was a very mixed bag. I heard that some of the matches were really good, other matches were garbage. I watched JD from NY's review this morning, which went about 3.5 hours. And a lot of people give JD crap, some of it deserving, but he actually said that it was a really solid show last night. But the biggest complaint he had was the match order. He said that the matches weren't in a good order, that there were 2 matches in particular, and I forget which ones they were, that didn't even need to be on the pay-per-view. So you get rid of those and you have a shorter pay-per-view, and then the match order was wrong. And if you insist on keeping those 2 matches, you need to strategically place them so that the crowd has time to come down before hitting them with another match. Because I guess we did Tony Mariah, then we did Takeshita Omega, then we did the steel cage, and then we did the main event. Right? So the women's match, then you had to follow it. Well, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are going to be able to follow that. So cool. But then by the time you get to Mox and Cope for the title in your main event, everyone is burned out from those 3 matches.
Dude, the air came out of that arena like during the main event. I was like, ooh, I'll give you access to my trailer because you get unlimited replay so you can watch it and then we can talk about it Saturday. But dude, when it was like, what's the saying? Like a fart in church, dude, when the main event started. Like, seriously. Like, even me and Noah were like, whoa, the air is let out of the, and we're the fans, and we talked about, we tried to talk it through. He thought I was burnt out from the blood and everything. He kept was like, "Are you okay? You okay?" I was like, "I'm fine. It's not that. I'm just shocked how the air got let out of the balloon. Like, holy hell." Definitely the women should have been the main event, but I think we'll talk more about that Saturday. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I don't know if it's my end or if it's your end, Walter, but you're getting glitchy there for a second. And I guess he wants to be called Alexander, not Alex. Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, some people don't like.
Interesting stat from Mark's reviews here. Apparently, tonight is the first time in 17 years that the WrestleMania sign has hung inside of the Garden. The last time was the Rumble 08, where Cena came out number 30 and won the Rumble. That's crazy to think of.
That is. Give me a second. I'm gonna refresh in case it was me. Okay.
With as important as the Garden is to professional wrestling and WWE, for this to be the first time since then that it's hung in the Garden, that is nuts to think about. Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2.
Okay, say the word something when I stop.
Something.
You got a bad lag on your end. Okay. I will try leaving and coming back, seeing if it's on my end, but I think it's you.
Okay. But anyways, guys, yeah. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Working on it, obviously. But however, we got a good Raw, and that is crazy to think about what we're talking about here because, like, how has it been that long that we haven't seen WrestleMania in Madison Square Garden? Well, the sign, I should say. And he's back. I'm gonna bring him back so we can test this.
Okay, once again, say the word something when you hear me stop.
Something.
Definitely your end then. Okay.
All right.
Because even when I was just backstage right now waiting for you to bring me back on, you were kind of
Mm.
glitchy. It looks like a bad Japanese movie. Your mouth is moving and the words don't match.
One of those old Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, or like first season Power Rangers when Rita's mouth, the words never matched up and shit. It
All
wasn't
right.
until like mid season 2 or season 3 when the White Ranger that like her shits finally started matching up right.
So what I do is when Noah gets here, so we don't leave it with awkward and you. I'll just rehash it because he's got producer power too. Oh,
Good to
actually,
see
maybe it's just
Zach in the chat, DJ Mutkeen. And he's actually from New Orleans. So if you hit your goal, you may have to tap in with DJ Mudkeen to get shown around the city, bro.
right. Start recording some of that
Last I
stuff.
knew, he was in Louisiana. He, I know the place that he was working at. I think it like burned down or something. He was a DJ at a strip club in New Orleans. So, but that's a dude you're gonna want to get in touch with if you hit your goal, so that you can get shown the city.
Yeah. Okay, that would be awesome.
Zach, if you've got people with YouTube accounts, tell them subscribe to Rage of Wrestling. If he gets to 200 subscribers, he's at 112 right now. If he gets to 200 subscribers, his wife is going to send him to New Orleans next year for Mania for a month just to get him out of her hair for a month. And he's going to get to bring someone from the Simply Reliable Studios team. So spread the word, bro. Make it happen for him.
Hmm.
And I agree, Charles. This is going to be a hell of a night. I mean, WWE Raw has been cooking lately. 2.5 hours is the sweet spot. They're at the Garden. They usually always go big or go home at the Garden, and we're definitely going big with the steel cage match. Seth Rollins, CM Punk. Rumors are high that the tribal chief Roman Reigns will be in the house, make his presence known, potentially start his march towards Mania against Seth Freakin Rollins. You know, what does that do to Punk? Does he get factored into that match, making it a triple threat? Does he get factored into Cena and Cody, making it a triple threat? Does he get something completely different? We will just have to see. But tonight is going to be big because after tonight, they begin their European tour. They're in Barcelona, Spain for SmackDown. They're in Brussels next week for Raw. And we get the beginning of 3 weeks in a row of John Cena on Raw. the newly heel John Cena. Yeah, see, he works on Bourbon Street.
Mm,
He's going to post it on all his pages. There you go. That
mm,
See, there was a time when we were doing open mic night. Zach would put us on the TVs at the club. And so everybody in the club would be watching us doing our stupid shit.
that's awesome, dude. That I didn't know that. That's cool. Thanks, DJ. He still does.
Apparently, he still does.
That's
His
cool,
name is
man.
Zach. His occupation is a DJ. That's his DJ name, DJ Mudkeen, but his name is Zach.
That's
He used to be a
awesome.
big contributor to Stat Boy Sports Bar, too, with Mikey.
All right. Where is Noah? I'm waiting to
I know,
reset.
right? He said he'd be here at a quarter till. It is 4:49, damn it. Where is our simple man?
He just messaged me. He just got.
Live event begins in 9 minutes and 45 seconds, according to the counter on my Netflix. I love that they added little icons of the wrestlers on Netflix for you to use for the profile picture. I was using Kurt Russell from the Christmas Chronicles, but I changed it to CM Punk now that I can actually have a WWE wrestler.
Oh, okay. All right. Is it still like really bad laggy?
Yes.
Okay.
If you unmuted as soon as I stopped talking to reply, then yes.
Okay. All right.
So, what is everybody looking forward to tonight? And I'm going to say, aside from the cage match, because I think that's the go to answer for everybody is Punk Rollins in a cage. I hope Phil doesn't get hurt inside of the cage. But other than the cage match, what is everybody looking forward to? AJ calling out Logan Paul, tornado tag, Jey Uso, Grayson Waller, or whatever Bianca Belair has in store. Let us know in the chat, y'all.
Speaking of Bianca, I posted a video. She was actually on ESPN. I'm so glad that she gets the hype and the women gets to do this. This relationship that they have with TKO and UFC has with ESPN is so much better to bring the eyeballs to wrestling. I mean, the Cena heel turn was on ESPN like 30 times. It was on the Daily Show, and now Bianca gets to do interviews on ESPN. Like, I'm so happy for the wrestling industry in this year.
Definitely. And okay, so I was at work Friday night during SmackDown. So I clock off, I'm waiting in the break room for my ride, and I'm seeing all the videos posted on like X for the little segment clips and whatnot. And I'm watching some of the highlights back from the Bianca Naomi segment, and I'm fucking popping in the break room because I called every beat of that. Did I not? I said as soon as the attack happened, it was Naomi. I gave the reasoning why she did it, the whole nine. And fucking almost every word that came out of Naomi's mouth was exactly what I said.
Yeah, you called everything right from the freaking beginning, and like, there's no doubt. And oh, there's our resident man.
Hello.
Hey, uh,
Hey, good grief.
let me know when you can produce. I'm gonna reset because I'm having
Wow,
problem
everyone is
here.
glitchy today. What is going on?
I don't know. I seem fine, and you all seem fine as far from my fee. But yes, hello once again, everybody. It's the Super Studios live. Watch my schedule continues for the craziest week so far this year as we prepare for Monday Night Raw from the Garden, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of the world of sports entertainment, professional sports, and combat. We got 5 minutes and 47 seconds according to my place of the feed, and it's good to see everybody here once again. DJ Mutt Keen, Wesley, Daniel, Lorena Wrestling, JJ Williams, and Walter Cruz. It will be a 3-person panel here tonight as we call Monday Night Raw from the Garden as we continue our way on the road to WrestleMania. And it's good to see you all once again as I literally just got home ago about 5 minutes. Oy.
No worries, man. It's good to have you here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's broadcast from the Garden. You know, me and Walter were talking about it a little bit ago. WWE always goes big at the Garden. So it should be quite a monumental night here tonight. Steel cage match. Heavy rumors Roman's coming back to get involved here.
That went
AJ Styles calls out Logan Paul. Jey Uso taking on Grayson Waller. Tornado tag. You know, the New Day versus Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Bianca Belair is supposed to be in the house. Just never know what they've got in store with us here.
Nope, and of course that's part of the fun as again the Madison Square Garden literally is the mecca of this world of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, or Michael Cole likes to call it storytelling. And after all the stories of intensely brutal, bloody warfare that unfolded at AEW Revolution, we turn gears now to WWE, starting off with Monday Night Raw before we head over to your brand NXT from the same venue, but the theater per se. And I'm looking extremely forward to it. And again, JJ, it's always good to see you. But yeah, I mean, a lot could unfold as we're on the road to WrestleMania. I mean, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, always been the phenomenal one. Logan Paul, I think he's the new phenomenal one. So that'd be a sense of pride there. We've seen these two literally jockey against each other since the Royal Rumble after Logan Paul eliminated AJ Styles. Mr. Yeet, who main event Jey Uso looking to prove a point against Grayson Waller, while Gunther might have installed some fear and doubt in him last week why Jey preached his own sermon of encouragement, trying to hype him up to believe that he can do this. Can he pull what Sami Zayn did? Can he pull a Rocky from outside Philly? We'll find out soon enough. Still so much suspension of disbelief with the fact that Bianca Belair won this chamber and is going to challenge Io Sky, not Rhea Ripley, as of right now, for the WWE Women's Heavyweight Championship. And of course, we have not seen the official card falling graphic, so we don't know what Rhea has fought about since that time, whether or not she's going to show respect, ask for a rematch, or fade away for now into the sunset. So a lot of suspension of disbelief here on Monday Night Raw, to say the least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
All right.
somebody brought up an interesting statistic here a little bit ago, Noah. I don't know if you knew this already or not, but apparently tonight is the first time in 17 years that the WrestleMania sign will be hung in Madison Square Garden. The last time was the
Wow.
2008 Royal Rumble when Cena won at number 30.
Yeah, I remember that Royal Rumble. It was actually, I think it was 2008 because it was WrestleMania 24. As I don't know if you're on the Netflix feed, as I got 2 minutes, 17 seconds, we're seeing the WWE superstars getting ready to show out and represent WWE tonight in Madison Square Garden. Oh, baby, this is going to be exciting. I am very excited for this. And after Championship Monday Night Raw night last week, where, of course, the War Raiders and Lyra Valkyria were able to successfully retain their championships respectfully. Curious to see what's ahead for both those champions. Also, Braun Breaker, he's apparently in the sights of the Prince. We'll see if the Prince does not miss soon enough. That might be our Intercontinental Championship match coming up for WrestleMania. Ludwig Kaiser saying that he has no fear, and honestly, he's the more dangerous man versus Penta. Still suspension of beliefs there. So, again, a lot could unfold here tonight as we are just 90 seconds away from going live.
You mentioned
Walter,
Penta, and I got his shirt on.
Still, Seattle. Zero fear. And I wonder if we'll get more of the Chad Gable story of trying to find a kryptonite towards Lucha Libre after that shady exchange down in Mexico.
I'm testing 1, 2.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Check. Say the word something.
Something.
Say the word something as soon as I stop talking.
Something.
Okay, there's still a lag.
Okay, JJ.
It's just going to have to be what it is.
We'll
Because
figure
no
it-
matter what we do, it seems like you still have a lag.
Well, JJ, let's make sure that you and I don't have a lag. So as soon as I say something, you say something. Something.
Something.
Okay, that was a bit of a delay, I think. Well, this should be interesting. I think the Wyatt Six affected our sets here because, again, they're part of Monday Night Raw, I guess, or Branch Fidel. Well, all the stars of Raw and SmackDown might show up here. But we'll figure it out. And if not, I'm sure there'll be plenty of times we just say, fuck streaming, and we will give you all definitely some technical difficulty commercial breaks. That being said, who's ready for Monday Night Raw from the Garden?
I will try to reboot mine real quick and see if it is on my end. We've still got the opening at least. I'll be back.
Go for it, brother. Go for it. Walter, say something.
Something.
You and I are perfect.
Okay.
Monday Night Raw is about to start live from Madison Square Garden as we are literally just a little bit over 30 days away from freaking WrestleMania. I think literally we are 39 days away, to say the least, from night one, of course, emanating from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And I hope everyone enjoys the show. And as Seth just says, it's showtime. Are we going to acknowledge the one true chief? What's up, Walter?
You weren't here when I got a new subscriber and he wrote something here. You weren't here. I just wanted to show you. It's funny. His name is almost mine, but it's Walker.
Hey, saw you guys. Well, one of you doing UFC. I'm a big MMA fan. I went for your channel, Rage, and I like content, so I'm new and subscribed. You guys are awesome. Walker, thank you so much. Welcome to Super Reliable Studios, and I hope everybody, if you're tuning in for the first time or continually live, hold on that thought. JJ, say something.
Something.
Perfect. Walter, say something.
Something.
This will be something. Welcome, everybody, to Monday Night Raw. You are looking live. You're watching all of us on Netflix from New York, New York, the Mecca of Sports Entertainment, Madison Square Garden, brought to you tonight by Snickers. Snickers satisfies. Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Super Reliable Studios. Noah Foster, Walter Cruz, Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. We are covering Monday Night Raw here, and there you see the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, entering the arena. He had a lot to say Friday night, and also there's our brand new WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion, Io Sky of Damage Control with Dakota Kai. I would say that last week that was a team effort, considering she used all her friends' best hits to overcome the Eradicator, Mommy Rhea Ripley. And because of that, she will now face this woman. She might be heartbroken because she lost a friend, but she is on her way once again to the main event. Bianca Belair, the EST, undefeated on the grandest stage. And of course, Seth Rollins looks to finish it once and for all. What's got to be our main event, as he and CM Punk will collide inside a steel cage. That and so much more ahead tonight on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. JJ, are you ready to go tonight?
Absolutely. Let's get this ball rolling. It should be an on-fire show as we see CM Punk walking backstage now.
Oh, look who I see there in the orange and black.
Who?
Woo.
Main event, Jey Uso is now in Yo City.
And you know what that means, folks. Do it
Time
in
to
the chat.
yeet.
Do it in your chat. Do it from your seat. Monday Night Raw, New York City, MSG. Let's freaking yeet.
Isn't it March? Why is he dressed like it's Halloween?
I don't know. The Knicks play there. Do they have the colors orange? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
Knicks.
thought the Knicks were orange and blue.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep, they are.
I can't believe I got a sports reference and you didn't. What the hell's happening here? Stat Boy's running off of me. I don't like it. Ah, damn, my arms hurt still. As the sea of yeet breaks out of MSG. I'm not going to lie, though. This is kind of fun, to say the least. but my arm is not like that. And
It's a
again,
good little workout.
yeah, workout. You kidding me? Anyway, hello again, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. If you haven't already, subscribe to Rage Wrestling, Watch the Cruise, especially subscribe. If you want to dictate the conversation, PayPal the passions. Links in the description down below or super chat. It's as simple as that. Good to see all the regulars, the newcomers, the first virtual stalkers and viewers, and of course you all make this possible. We do this for you, for the love of all things professional wrestling too. Shout out to the AEW fam. It's going to be a crazy ass week coming up. UFC, Shenanigans, Revolution. We got Raw, NXT, TNA Sacrifice, and then we got karaoke. So buckle up for the ride. It's going to be a wild time. Speaking of a wild time, JJ, you and I are going to have a wild time as we call WrestleMania again. And we will see if Jey Uso succeeds in the main event of main events as he challenges for the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, all signs are pointing to main event Jey Uso becoming the champion. My question is, does main event Jey Uso win and go on a run like Cody has? Or does he win and break hearts because The Rock is the final boss of the bloodline? Was it all just a ploy to bring a world championship back to the family?
I mean, we've already seen one unspeakable heel turn that's break the internet and the industry, but some people are surpassing above Hulk Hogan, as we lightly discussed on Saturday night. So again, anything's possible, but there's one thing you can say about Jey Uso this year. He's proven that he is his own man. He is the yeet of the fans, and it's definitely being demonstrated tonight here at MSG.
JJ, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. I ain't even think about that.
I did it for The Rock. Oh, good
The
Lord.
Rock is 27 steps ahead.
As we are 39 days away from WrestleMania. All right. Now that I got my yeeting out of the way, I'm already sweating for my blazer. And for those that don't know, this is our first match. It is main event Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller.
You know what, JJ? That'd be a good way to turn Cena base. You let him run like that, and then you're gonna do the J, and then they're all in the ring, and it'd be like, you ain't family, and they kick John Cena out. Like,
well, the thing is though, the Royal Rumble culminated with John Cena main event Jey Uso, and John Cena almost embraced him as it was a passing of the torch moment. I mean, if John Cena really wanted to break the internet, he would have literally dropped Jey where he stood out of anger and jealousy. But I don't know, guys. I really do think that this John Cena thing is going to be focused with him and the final boss, and I think they are going to let Jey be his own man. The question is he going to be the own man that is literally going to be the champion of Monday Night Raw come WrestleMania?
We will soon find out in, what'd you say, 39 days?
Yep.
Ironically, every man in this match has their theme song on my Def Rebel playlist, Noah.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I liked one of them. Bell rings are underway for our first match. Grayson Waller, of course, who made it very personal, also calling Jey Uso a joke. As Grayson Waller previously challenged for the NXT Championship on multiple occasions and failed to capture it. But he is a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, going up against one of the best tag team specialists of the modern era. Shout out to Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, Kathy Kelly, Jackie Redmond, and Mike Rome, of course, your Raw correspondence team. And if there's anything that Jey Uso needs right now, gentlemen, he needs forward momentum. He can't afford any loss or blemishes if Gunther is still preying on his mind.
Especially not against a talent that is beneath him. And that's not a knock on Grayson Waller.
No.
Grayson Waller is definitely one of those guys that you could pinpoint as being a future WWE champion and superstar. But as we are on this trajectory for Jey Uso, Jey Uso cannot afford to eat an L to him at any way, shape, or form unless Gunther gets involved. But if Gunther gets involved, it'll likely be a disqualification.
Still at kind of 9, of course, the New Day takes on the LWO in our Tornado Tag Team match. And the new Women's World Champion, Io Sky, will be live. Grayson Waller, good takedown there as he mounts Jey Uso and just teeing off with these right hands. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes will also be here live from Madison Square Garden. The history with the Rhodes family and this venue. Good grief almighty.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth Freakin Rollins and CM Punk, of course, I believe will be our main event inside a steel cage.
And that doesn't even mention AJ Styles calling out Logan Paul as Jey Uso goes shoulder first in that steel ring post.
And we also know the EST is in the building, but is Mommy also here? We haven't heard Heinrich or Rhea Ripley since that exclusive post-match interview with Kathy Kelly. An Irish whip by Grayson Waller sends Jey Uso hard into the turnbuckles. Jey Uso get out of the way, though. Good sidestep. Falls off the
Great
hip attack.
sidestep.
Grayson Zaguri turns Grayson Waller around. And Jey trying to mount some offense here. Takes Waller up and over the clothesline of the floor.
You got to be careful there with that Enziguri. The Aussie icon really looked like he got rocked there off of that one.
Yeet. Get rocked off this top back suicida with extra yeet. The yeet movement becoming as huge as the yes movement did pretty much literally 11 years ago. And Austin Theory trying to get involved here. Grayson Waller takes advantage with the baseball slide.
Of course.
Waller.
Great double team there by A-Town Down Under.
And we thought there was tension.
I mean, the jury's still out on that. Grayson Waller still in control. Can he create our moment return to Monday Night Raw? Fuck streaming services. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about tension. We've seen the subtle tensions with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory since they've lost the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So much so that both men had pretty much a fallout when it came to challenging for the NXT Championship against Obafemi at Vengeance Day. Oh, here we go. Against Obafemi at Vengeance Day. And of course, we know Obafemi will be defending the NXT Championship tomorrow at NXT Roadblock against TNA's X Division Champion, Moose.
I'm looking forward to that match tomorrow night. So much good stuff on NXT Roadblock, which again, we will be covering here across the Simply Reliable Studios brand of channels.
And again, this is your first time. Welcome to Survivor Studios. Again, we literally cover all the wrestling, all the major shows, pay-per-views, PLEs, and specials from WWE, NXT, TNA, AEW, ROH, and independent wrestling scenes as well. So please be along for the ride because the content is going to continue to level up. Speaking of level up, stay tuned for the debut of Simply Gaming here, which will include podcasts and game nights coming here very soon to Simply Reliable Studios. Stay tuned for more on that.
To your point, Noah, as far as the independents, we'll be doing House of Glory this coming Saturday, City of Dreams. Danhausen, Private Party, Mercedes Monet in the building, just to name a few names on the card. Indy Hartwell makes her debut. Shaw Guerrero will be there as well. Be on the lookout for that. Triller Plus, $8 a month subscription, 7-day free trial.
That's right.
And you can watch it along with us doing our call of it.
And be along for the ride. And again, we also got TNA Sacrifice this Friday and State of the City predicting TNA Sacrifice as the TNA predictions continues. And the All Elite League leaderboards will be updated come either tomorrow or Wednesday. So please stay tuned. As we only are here in this forum to encourage you to just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling too. It's as simple as that. Safet saying that Madison Square Garden is lit tonight. And Matthew with the yeet. And shout out to Team No DQ. Say, the No DQ. And stay tuned to the No DQ review tomorrow night, courtesy of Aaron Riff and a panel of guests, as I'm sure they'll have a very great conversation and maybe a little bit of trolling analysis, depending on, what they're dealing with.
Yeah, I was going to say, considering what happened last week on the review, God only knows what will happen this week.
I heard that last week was
controversial, and we'll just leave it there.
It's controversial. Controversial is the professional wrestling business.
That's to say the least.
And I was on it.
And I'll be on it tomorrow, so we'll see.
God help your blood pressure. DJ Mutkeen saying he wants to build a custom commentary table. Boo for me. Y'all nice. Again, I just have fun here. We're back from Monday Night Raw. Grayson Waller in control, taking on main event Jey Uso. Jumping off the second rope, big elbow drop. Here's the cover. Hook the far leg. The ring gets a 2 count. Can you imagine if we get a massive upset here tonight in Madison Square Garden on the road to WrestleMania? Big elbow drop for the legs.
What is that through the leg? Kind of like a frog splash elbow. That's different.
Nonetheless, a little bit of a twist there on a classic move. Waller continues to take control of this match, though. The fans trying to yeet and encourage Jey Uso to get back in this fight. The big right hand by Jey Uso. Meets Waller with another one. Jey Uso on their comeback. And, big one. We talked about before the things that really have helped Jey Uso connect with the audience is his heart and his resilience, more than just his catchphrase. Big Samoan drop to Grayson Waller. Again, Jey Uso, he'll take your best shot and give it back to you. Uh-oh. Looking to back it up with the hip attack, shades of his father, Rikishi.
Backing that ass up.
Accurate. Austin Fury right now, once again, trying to come into play with a strategy, look for the splash. Grayson Waller able to get out of the way. Build a great time for him, though. Up at the fireman's carry.
Speaking of his father, are either of you surprised that his dad never got involved in any of the blood sport stuff besides, Twitter fingers?
Wait for the
A little
suicide.
bit.
Well, I mean, I think, we want Jey Uso to stand as his own man as Grayson Waller looks to roll in for that big flatliner. By Waller, here's the cover. 2 counts. You good, JJ?
Yeah, I'm good.
That diving through the ropes, rolling into that flatliner, very impressive by Grayson Waller. I'll give him that. Capacity crowd on hand here at Madison Square Garden. That's definitely my bucket list venue. It says another cover by Waller. Gets a 2 count.
That's my bucket list too. I got to get to an NXT event.
Well, I mean, again, I don't know if you're going to get to NXT Roadblock by tomorrow, but I'm sure that we'll have, opportunities down the line, no matter where we are. Went for the rolling elbow.
Well, I'm sure once I'm in Cali, if they go to Sacramento or something, me and JJ can try to go to something together.
Rolling with a big Grayson Waller with a big rolling right.
Huge
Runs
super
into
kick.
big super kick. Fury's going to hit one as well. Uso. Oh! Jey in the cover after the spear. Jey with the win. Makes you wonder, though, is they only going to take one of those spears to beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Am I wrong? Oh, wait a minute! And Austin Fury in the ring with the post-match attack.
Did anyone not see this coming?
I mean, I was just waiting for it. I was just waiting to see if it actually was going to have disqualification to JJ's point.
Double team here by A-Town Down Under.
And again, main event Jey Uso on a 2-on-1 assault. And I don't think his brother's in the building or anyone's there to help him, especially what happened to Sami Zayn. And right now, Fury sending up Waller to take Jey, but Jey sent Waller up and over. Austin Fury, though, spear!
Huge spear from main event Jey Uso to Austin Theory. Jey Uso looks like he's going up for the Uso splash here.
Yeah,
How the hell does Theory wrestle in jeans and Tim's? Like, that's such a New York thing, too.
There's
I think
Gunther.
It might be a New York
choking
thing.
out the challenger here.
Yeah, and that's a typical Gunther thing. That renegade show from behind, because again, that's what he impressed Jey Uso with just last week. A sneak attack by the World Heavyweight Champion.
What happened to all Jay's friends?
Gunther did say he was going to make Jay's life hell for 10 weeks, and he has not made that, he hasn't been proven a liar yet.
Yeah, he so far kept that streak alive as Jey Uso has been down and out tonight once again, courtesy of the Ling General, who looks to prove why the mat is sacred on the grandest stage of them all.
Well, I feel bad for Jey because every week it's going to be something different. Whether he's tying his shoe in the locker, gets jumped, whether he's in the ring, something's going to happen. Gunther has never lied before, so why should we not believe him?
Yeah.
Just
And
going to make the inevitable defeat, the victory at WrestleMania, that much sweeter when Jey Uso pins Gunther.
Well, I
Hmm.
understand why you all might think that's a foregone conclusion, like the Rocky Story with Sami Zayn. But again, Gunther's been world champion now of some sort over 80% of his entire WWE career. So I would not count the League General out, especially with how much Triple H has made this Road to WrestleMania extremely unpredictable.
Mm. I mean, shocking things have happened this year. So would it shock me if he retains? No, but my problem is, will Jay ever be able to recover? Like, I feel like you can never try to bring him up to that level again if he doesn't win. You know what I mean, JJ?
Mm-hmm.
We want to talk about somebody that may not be able to recover. I don't think anyone thought that CM Punk would ever recover enough to return home to WWE as hell froze over at Survivor Series 2023, much to the dismay of Seth freaking Rollins.
But did hell really freeze over? I called it when he walked out of Wembley at All In with the Real World's Championship over his shoulder and his one in the air, like he was acknowledging the tribal chief.
You did. He
And
did call
people
it.
did not believe me. People wanted to believe the dirt sheets that said, oh no, deals haven't been done. They couldn't reach an agreement. It's not happening, which is why I got on Josh's back so hard when he came out that night. Because I called it when he walked out of Wembley.
Yep. And I remember I called it when they did that thing. Remember they said negotiations stop. I said no, it didn't. Well, it did because he's already signed, and everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You believe everything. The reason negotiations stopped is because he signed. Trust me." And everybody jumped by my throat. Even in the review, they came down, and I was like, "See."
Well, all we know is that Seth freaking Rollins has made it his personal lifelong vendetta that CM Punk will never main event WrestleMania. And so far, he's cost this man at the Elimination Chamber. CM Punk lost out at the Royal Rumble. And of course, CM Punk already has a one-on-one pinfall victory on Seth freaking Rollins. That's only fueled this hatred even more with these two.
I'm gonna put both of you on the spot. We'll start with Jay. Roman Reigns comes out tonight.
Yes.
Noah.
Roman Reigns has been the main event. No offense to Jey Uso or anybody else in WWE. He is the marquee. He is the sell. He is the draw of WWE since the Tribal Chief has existed. If I do not see Roman Reigns in that marquee against CM Punk or Seth freaking Rollins with championship intentions or personal animosities to settle after the night, I will be fucking shocked. Yes, the Tribal Chief shows up.
Of course. I feel like you kind of have to, because if you're really
Yes.
going for the triple threat, why would you not make him come out tonight? Otherwise, the triple threat won't make sense. You know what I mean, JJ?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that they're actually not teasing it. Think about it. When Roman Reigns was champion and he was going to appear, there were all these Roman Reigns next week on SmackDown graphics. Like, people put collages of them together because there were so many fucking graphics. Roman Reigns returns next week on SmackDown. Roman Reigns appears next week on SmackDown. The Tribal Chief comes to SmackDown next week. Nothing has been said. We haven't heard a peep from Roman or Heyman since the Rumble. This is the way to do it, and this is the way you have to build it. Lay low. Let these two beat the piss out of each other. And then come out and let Roman help Punk win. Not that Punk needs assistance.
Also, plug TV streaming services. Commercial break. Continue.
But let Roman help Punk win and think that by helping Punk win, he's repaid the favor that Punk owes. But Punk didn't ask for this. It's like that scene in Aladdin where Aladdin tricks the genie to get them out of the Cave of Wonders. but it's not a wish because he didn't wish for it. Roman comes out thinking helping Punk takes care of the favor that's owed, but Punk didn't ask for him to. He did that on his own, so he still has his favor in his back pocket.
That's such a great analogy.
Yeah, leave it to Paul Heyman, the wise man of the Tribal Chief, to find a loophole against his best friend on behest of the OTC, who I'm sure has still some pent-up animosity against CM Punk, with the fact that CM Punk and Roman Reigns were both eliminated at the Royal Rumble, jaw-jacking each other face-to-face, considering CM Punk was called in by Paul Heyman, and it was Punk that helped the OG Bloodline beat Bootleg Bloodline at War Games last year. So again, there's a lot of familiar ties amongst this triangle of these three men. To your point, Seth freaking Rollins, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. It feels like nothing's going to be sound. There's not a buffer or a fall person here. All three men are equal in their argument, but only one can stand superior, I would imagine, at WrestleMania. It's just a matter of who.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you, Walter, giving me props for that analogy. I had to try and make an analogy that, once when he was a wee lad, we know that he has seen Aladdin in his lifetime, so he would get the reference. He's not a movie guy. He's not a TV guy. I had to put it on some kind of level. He would understand where I'm coming from, because I know when once he was a wee lad, he watched Aladdin, God damn it.
But I also know what it means to put a loophole in a contract or an agreement. And I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a con artist. But anyway, I do understand what you were saying there. And you would also be correct. So, again, good stuff. As always, good stuff here at Subaba Studios. Again, we're on another commercial break. Great win by Jey Uso. But again, Jey Uso, 2 weeks in a row. He's got a long way to go. If this is going to be the continued trend, match or promo-wise. Rough road to WrestleMania for the Yeet Man. Beautiful skyline here of New York City.
Save up, Noah, because I'm getting that 2K25 Undertaker version, and we're gonna have to do a GM thing for the channel. But
I know
no rush.
I know. We still owe them that, and JJ has to sign the brands because sooner or later, Simple Harbor Studios will have a My GMO competition amongst each other, where we see who can put the best brand without getting fired, and we get the most fans.
I'm going to have to look into this because I may want to get me the Bloodline version, okay? We go backstage, Jey Uso in the medical facility, the Alpha Academy coming in to check up on him.
Yeah, good friends, of course, of him. And, of course, Otis and Akira felt the wrath of the Ring General. Why Maxine's been seeking out maybe further professional development from Natalya.
Got to do something with her. It's not like they use her on fucking television.
Right. This is my issue with continuity. Where were they when he got choked out? Why are they all hugging on him when he's backstage and shit now? Wait, run out, help him when he got choked out.
Well, you know what? I don't know how deep the backstage area is, or if there's a TV around every corner. So again, suspension of disbelief.
Dude, this is Netflix. They could be streaming it on their freaking phones wherever they are in the building.
Do you really think that entire locker room is watching the show?
They should be.
I highly doubt they do that.
I said they should be.
Fair enough.
Well, here comes the Maverick now. Logan Paul. Supposed to be getting called out by AJ Styles, so I wonder why Logan is coming out first. Shouldn't it be AJ coming out to effectively call out Logan Paul? That's how the segment has been billed.
You know Logan Paul don't give a damn what anyone else wants to do. He does things on his time, his own way, creates his own environment with this freaking disease. But to your point, AJ Styles did call out Logan Paul since he eliminated him at the Royal Rumble. The social media megastar and this viral disease entering MSG. There's no telling what's on this man's mind on the road to WrestleMania. Former United States champion. And of course, eliminated in the Elimination Chamber by CM Punk when he was put to sleep.
To JJ's point, this is completely ass backwards. But then again, it's the heel thing to do. Take it away from AJ and you call out AJ instead to make you look like you got. But I don't know. Nice plant there, Logan.
Yeah, I was gonna say totally ripping the shirt off of a fan there. Complete plant.
I was saying, for those that don't know what a plant is, let's educate those that may not be watching wrestling or know what wrestling terms is, guys. Let's look at this from audiences. A plant, folks, is somebody used kind of like a prop in somebody's character development or promo. Now you know.
And
Logan
knowing is
Paul.
half the battle.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, I guess he's about to speak. JJ, transcript, please.
I will do my best. I have it turned down so we don't get copyrighted. So
Fair enough. Then I will try my best as well. If he actually says something irrelevant. Also, I could just turn on captions. Duh, it's Netflix. But then again, they might just boo him out of the building. So, I mean, if he doesn't say anything, are we really missing anything? My word, that's some freaking heat. I love it.
I can barely hear what he's trying to say because the crowd is booing him so much. I've heard him say AJ Styles, and he was like, I came out here. Says he doesn't usually associate with guys like AJ Styles.
Okay.
I'm Logan Paul.
Jeez.
And when you hear that name, you think of names like The Rock, John Cena.
Yeah, sure.
Names that have transcended sports and entertainment. Okay, I can give him that on the comparison. I was wondering where he was going, but that's fair.
Good grief.
He's shocked. He's shocked that Cody Rhodes was dumb enough to reject The Rock's offer.
I'm not.
Took Cena 20 years to realize that nice guys finish last. Something he's known from day one. Logan is saying his soul is for sale if The Rock wants it.
Good grief.
Logan saying he's the celebrity, he's the talent. That's why celebrities come here.
This is the scary part of WWE transcending pop culture and professional wrestling and storytelling.
Logan saying real recognize real, talent recognize talent, calling out the guy in the front row from a Netflix show.
Andrew Schultz, he's really funny. He's a comedian.
He's got that Simon Gotch mustache.
And he is from New York.
He's saying he came here to see the steel cage match, not for Logan Paul.
That's the right answer. That's the reason why I'm calling this.
He says, Logan, nobody is here to see you.
Fact!
Says, go back to Cleveland. This is New York.
To be fair,
This
no
is
one
a
thought
real
Logan,
city.
no one thought Logan was
A
here,
real
so why would they
arena.
come?
I know who I want to see. I want to see AJ Styles. That's who I want to see.
That's brilliant. Oh, no, come on.
Logan pulling him over the barricade here to the ringside area.
I guarantee these two are best friends in real life.
Of course. Of course.
I mean,
That's why Logan's doing this. He probably has trust with Logan.
Uh-oh.
Logan's got him set up.
What? Well, thankfully, here comes AJ Styles. Like you say, we're supposed to call Logan Paul tonight. Well, I guess proverbially beaten to the punch. Not a blitz.
Jesus, clothesline takes down AJ Styles.
I
Schultz
love
back
that.
up. Setting up for the phenomenal forearm here.
Springboard headset.
Connects.
20,000 on their feet at MSG with that shot.
Logan Paul rolling out the outside, the other side of the ring. There's AJ Styles and Schultz. Stand tall.
Dude, what did AJ do? Live at the gym when he was off? Jesus Christ, he's built.
The conditioning of AJ Styles, the reason why he's called the phenomenal one.
AJ saying to get your ass back in this ring.
Damn.
Sorry, there's commotion going on. I can't hear what's being said.
He said, this is New York City. You're going to walk your punk ass to the back. Andrew? This is New York City. Well, Logan Paul walking away from a fight. Man, I wonder how many times he's done that in his career.
Dude is a Georgia native and he's kissing New York's butt. I gotta spit. I got something out there that I want to happen. I want to put it out. It sounded a little crazy in my head, but I would love if it actually happened and your thoughts on it, especially JJ, because him and I tend to be on a lot of the same wavelengths.
Yes, you both do.
What if AJ wins the Money in the Bank, right? And instead of cashing it in on the WWE champion, he goes over to TNA and cashes it in on the TNA champion. And for the first time, you see WWE do something with TNA like that make them this relationship feel important. He cashes it in on whoever it is at the time, be it Joe Henry, whoever it's going to be. And, they do one of those live TNA shows, and he catches it in on him. And then AJ one more time before he says bye, because he said by the time he's 50, he's going to be completely done. Can be said, I'm the TNA champion again.
As much as I'd love for you to cross the line with WWE gimmicks, I highly doubt that. He has a better chance of coming to Slammiversary, winning a six-pack challenge, being the last surprise entrant, and winning the title there. If AJ Styles is going to win the TNA championship, he's going to do it honorably because he is Mr. TNA, and that is the house he built. No offense to SmackDown for 2016. Optimistic, but I never see the Money in the Bank crossing the line into TNA. As we have another impromptu commercial break look back here, courtesy of Intuit TurboTax. I use Station R Block, though, personally. I think it's far more reliable. As we look back at the shocker that no one expected last week, as Io Sky took on Mommy Rhea Ripley, a challenge the champion made herself after costing Io a chance in the Elimination Chamber.
What do you think of that idea, JJ?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about that real quick.
Go ahead and cover what we're covering right now. No, I can always piggyback to it on commercial.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, this almost was like a commercial. But yeah, if you don't know by now, folks, your mommy is not on top. Your mommy is out of WrestleMania as the pressure got to her and Io Sky played damage control and pulled all the hits to beat Rhea Ripley, who exposed her own insecurity and vulnerability, seeing how Bianca Belair was cheering against her, it seems, despite the fact that in multiple interviews, both women respectfully said, I want to face you at WrestleMania. And instead, we have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair as Io Sky continues to be undefeated against Rhea Ripley and is now a Grand Slam WWE champion, winning both the New Incarnation Women's Championships, the first woman to do so. Tensions are running very high with Bianca Belair at ringside, but I really expect Jessica Carr's long leash of leniency, considering she did not want to see that match thrown out. As Rhea said, I'll see you at WrestleMania. Riptide counter with a takeover Frankensteiner as the over-the-moon salt culminated in Io Sky being the champion again.
That really caught me off guard. That they got me.
That caught the whole damn world off guard.
That's a swerve that really got me.
But the story that they told within it of Mommy taking her eye off the prize makes it a fitting conclusion. If Mommy had taken her eyes off the prize, got into it with Bianca, and retained, I don't think it would have been as believable.
Yeah. Again, we literally were writing her off. We said at Elimination Chamber it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Then Io Sky just walks in from the stairs, and we still thought she wasn't going to do it. And we will get an exclusive interview later tonight, it sounds like, from Io Sky as we go back inside Madison Square Garden. Looks like it's time for some tornado tag team action as here comes the New Day.
Wow. I'm shocked they didn't go to commercial.
Trust me, it's going to happen sooner rather than later. This is WWE we're talking about.
Well, of course, they'll probably go to commercial during their entrances here. You know, we'll get the traditional, they're in the ring for 3 minutes as their music plays, and then we'll come back and get the LWO entrances. But the only way that your thing would be feasible, Walter, is if they did it on July 5th or 6th for Money in the Bank, which is 4th of July weekend, or they did it on July 13th
Fuck streaming
or
services.
the 19th, 20th.
Yeah, fuck streaming services. Commercial break. Yeah, you freaking called it. I hate you for that, by the way.
Sorry that I know my company. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's what it is. Again, TNA, best flow. Anyway, continue your thoughts.
Because Slammiversary is July 20th. So it would have to be before then. Money in the Bank is traditionally a July pay-per-view.
Yes.
So there's limited dates there to make it happen. Like I said, it would have to be the 5th, 6th, because that's 4th of July weekend, or it would have to be the 13th. WWE is petty as fuck, but they're not going to put Money in the Bank up against All In.
Nah, that would be
that they're not going to do. They're petty as fuck, but they're not going to put Money in the Bank against All In. So they would go the 13th because the 12th is All In. And they could do it on the 19th. Slammiversary is Sunday the 20th. But I don't think they would have the cash-in turnaround be that quick. Granted, we've seen cash-ins the night after the event. We've seen cash-ins the same night. But I don't think they would do it like that without giving AJ a couple opportunities to be on TV with the briefcase beforehand.
And there you go. All right. Well, and again, we'll be covering TNA Slammiversary, Rebellion, Sacrifice, Unbreakable, and so much more TNA Impact to come, folks. So stay tuned for more of that. But yeah, interesting segment, pop culture, cheap plug for Netflix comedian. And it does sound like we're going to get Logan Paul versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. I kind of got the idea of that literally after the Royal Rumble angle. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, you know?
Of course. You know what's
you can't be surprised by that. I mean, come on now. That's almost the most obvious match to call for the WrestleMania card at this point.
Of course not. You know what would have been funny? Like when we were talking about commercials, what I would have did was when New Day's music hit, cut the commercial just to give them something else to gripe about because it fits their story because they feel disrespected and that everything's like as a joke, not as a joke, but as part of the story. That's what I would have went to commercial, and then it would have been like, see, you guys disrespect us again. Like they knew that that's when they went to commercial. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know, game respects game, and disrespect gets disrespected. It is what it is, especially since the New Day literally turned against their friend Big E, playing as the victims, and been bitching ever since and not doing anything to improve their stand still on Monday Night Raw. Now they're outcast in the locker room. So, hey, it is what it is. We talked about the whole Corey Graves and Camilla situation. If you are disrespectful or uncooperative, there are consequences. There's also freaking shaming. There's also, shunning. Of course, we know we are going to honor the WWE Hall of Fame. And, of course, we learned new venue, the Bella Live Theater, actually, for the Hall of Fame. It sounds like they're literally treating this like a formal event, which I love. I've always wanted that pure, honorable, cordial gathering, respecting the greats of the past and giving them their just due. So hopefully it will be that. And anyone that's general public, dress for the occasion beyond freaking shorts and a t-shirt. Show some freaking dignity and decorum, for Pete's sake.
You know?
Anyway, then Seth showing his sports sides. Fuck the Brooklyn Nets. Again, I'm a hashtag on non-sports like Aaron Riff, so indifferent.
I'm
And
a sports person. The way
Of
they
course you
screwed
are.
up the Kevin Durant and everybody when they had James Harden, that's just I could never forget the way they effed that up. And Kevin Garnett and all that, they really effed that up.
Well, we'll see soon enough who gets effed up in your next UFC watch along, as TKO now is bringing the UFC to Saudi Arabia after making a big-time deal here with Dana White, as we're looking back on the biggest business ventures that WWE, UFC, this TKO merger has done, including with Saudi Arabia and Nick Khan. And look at that, Walter, the Hall of Fame boxing trainer, Freddie Roach.
Love me some Freddie Roach. Poor
I mean,
guy.
again, this is Walter's world. He can talk more about this. You can also talk about King Colin Walsh, the undefeated professional boxer. And again, folks, you can stay tuned for more UFC coverage and knowledge with Walter Cruz, courtesy of Rage Wrestling. Again, become a subscriber today. Great watch along, by the way, guys. Go ahead.
I know we're not going to be doing the April UFC because that coincides with our WrestleMania karaoke night. So we'll have to wait until whatever event they have announced for May for our next UFC watch along. I did give the boys the option of just coming in late like I did that one karaoke and doing the stuff when I got home. And they said that with it being WrestleMania, basically our shenanigans go home to WrestleMania. That's more important than the UFC show. So
I mean, it is that annual tradition that established your monthly tradition, your monthly showcase and standard that you now deem kick-ass karaoke. So I can understand where you're coming from. And again, still cage match, still to come tonight. Seth Freakin Rollins, CM Punk. Why do I think nothing's going to be finished?
And our next kick-ass karaoke will be this coming Saturday, 90s karaoke across the Simply Reliable studios.
Okay, Pop and Rap. And we're going back in the ring with the New Day here, getting ready for Tornado Tag Team action against the Latino World Order's WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio and the former Ryu Lee, Dragon Lee. And also, JJ, there's your champion, the ruler over 30.
Yep. What would be cool is to see Moose in the crowd.
Right.
Well, after what happened on TNA, I mean, I hope that he's on the opposite side of the building, because you know that Moose and the family are not afraid to lock horns before tomorrow night. But save it for tomorrow night. Save it when the money's right. And
I'm just saying, like, to give Moose that kind of exposure on Raw, on the Garden would be fucking huge.
You know what? I do give you that. And legitimately, that's the biggest match tomorrow night for me. No disrespect to Julia and Stephanie, but for all we know, Julia's going to this injured. And if you've watched Joshi, Pro Wrestler like me, I know what Julia and Stephanie are capable at 100%. And to try and match that with Corrigan Hall last year, WWE, NXT, you're great, but you're not Japanese professional wrestling greatness. Anyway.
But you know what? If there is a brand in the WWE that is going to give you as close to Corrigan Hall as you will ever get, it is NXT tomorrow night with these two women.
I'll hold you to that. We'll see what happens here, though, with this Mexican Lucha Libre greatness as Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio go up against the New Day.
And don't blink because there's no tags needed.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's the rules here. Anything goes, no tags. First pinfall submission inside the ring wins. This is literally Lucha rules.
I had to get that in
there. No, I appreciate that. And again, also, thank you, Seth, for that time change. Let's keep in mind, folks, the WWE Hall of Fame will be on in the morning on April 18th, not the night. Oh, here we go. This is going to be a fight here. We're going to definitely pick up the action here. I'm just curious how long this stays in the ring. JJ, again, you've been lobbying, talking about how the Big E should have helped us. I mean, if they were capable to do things on their own, knowing that Big E couldn't be physically involved, it's one of those things where it's like, look in the mirror and realize where you stand, okay? Xavier Woods, former King of the Ring, Kofi Kingston, former WWE champion. It's not Big E's fault that the New Day's been freaking irrelevant.
That is not true. It is 100% Big E's fault that the New Day has been irrelevant. Big E can go around to all these fucking cities for these PLEs, do pre-show panels, go out and taste food in the local city, do all this other bullshit for the WWE, but he can't show up and walk his boys to the ring on a monthly basis, not even weekly, monthly basis for PLEs. Get the fuck out of here with the bullshit.
All right, did the New Day actually ask him, or were they feeling
Yes.
they were willingly going to do it?
Of course they wanted him there. That was their brother. Dude can
Yeah.
take pictures with his fucking girlfriend standing on the back of his neck, but he can't come out there and do shit with his brothers. Get the fuck out of here.
Amen.
And Seth is about as reliable as Dave fucking Meltzer. According to the post on WWE.com, the event happens at 10 p.m. Pacific time, not the morning time. Go get a journalistic degree there, Meltzer 2.0.
New Day right now in control of the LWO. I still say they suck, and I still say at the end of the day, if they were good enough on their own, then they wouldn't be in this situation. And again, if they wanted Big E there, you're saying that they asked him. We have no proof that they actually asked him, all right? It's one of those things that Billy wanted to do that or felt he needed to do that. Big E is probably the most conscious, kind, willing member of the New Day. I would argue without Big E, the New Day would not have been to the promise that they were.
All due respect, Noah. They
Irish whip right in front of Obafemi.
Right, JJ? They shouldn't have to ask.
No, they shouldn't. If they're all brothers, if they're all family, they shouldn't have to ask.
And a number of years ago, of course, we've seen tag teams fall out. We've seen so many moments here in MSG. And to your point, Obafemi taking this, and you wonder what Obafemi's figured about this. Now the Luchadors bringing out another table, or the original table, coming into play. At the end of the day, all the New Day is sore that they literally are the most irrelevant tag team right now in this new era. And right now, Dragon Lee hoisting up Kofi Kingston. What the hell is going to happen here? Rey Mysterio on the other side, though. Xavier Woods takes the base out underneath Dragon Lee as the New Day take advantage.
What the hell was on Dragon Lee's mind?
You just said the New Day is the most irrelevant tag team in this era. I think Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro would like to have a word with you.
Right.
All right, most relevant team on the Monday Night Raw brand.
They are on the Raw brand. They're the other part of the LWO.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they here in this match instead of the makeshift team of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee?
Right, because Rey Mysterio wanted to be with Dragon Lee since Rey Mysterio was the one first disrespected.
Okay, but the other team is the actual freaking tag team. This is two single stars.
Well, either way, this tornado check continues on Monday Night Raw. Affected party versus the party's party. Again,
did you literally stop saying fuck television in the stream just so I don't keep the counter? I notice you keep catching yourself.
Well, no, to be fair, we are on Netflix. We're not on USA or CW or TBS or TNT. So
I keep up with the actual content and the platform that it is, and I still say fuck both because both of them still fucking piss me off. Anyway, we got another commercial break here as we do. So again, like I said, if the New Day actually want to get ahead, do something on your own, prove a point. Well, and see if they prove a point here tonight.
I think something big was going to happen with the New Day, but, a third person got in, what would have been legal trouble, and they had to release him, so they had to hit the reset button. So, I mean, I think they were heading somewhere.
Well, so far, if they're not careful, they'll be heading to catering here pretty soon, especially the LWO gets their way. Again, Dragon Lee, he also has been disrespected by the New Day. And, of course, Dragon Lee heavily endorsed and respects Rey Mysterio. And literally, when you try and take Rey Mysterio's mask, all bets are off. Mm-hmm. They haven't, to JD's point, they haven't really dealt with the actual tag team. So, again, we're looking at the affected parties of the party. Mm-hmm. At least Andrade's trying to do something with Humberto Carrillo. I remember when he was a breakout for the Cruiserweight division. And Seth, again, JJ, even as most visceral, he still sometimes can be very logical. So you're welcome. But also, seeing is believing, folks. Don't believe everything you read on the internet unless it has an official company's banner on it. And watch out for troll accounts, because I guess trolling's still a thing in 2025, like Rick Rolling. As well as making movies off video games when you got no other original ideas. As, why the fuck are they making a Minecraft movie?
I don't know.
Good Lord Almighty!
I saw a commercial for it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for the M&M's movie to come out next, I guess. I don't freaking know. I don't watch movies.
Right.
Like I said, I watch wrestling and game shows and game streams. Shout out to Gab Smoters, by the way. Fun stream of Core Keeper. I might get that game, actually. It looks pretty fun.
I don't know, but stay tuned for our gaming because we're gonna do a soft launch with Uno to see what we can do.
You realize unless two people join us, we'll be playing against bots. Also, fuck bots. My fuck
It's
list is a
okay to
mile
play
long.
against bots. It's a soft launch.
Well, AI is as crooked as a bot as the New Day are. As we're back here on Monday Night Raw on Netflix with the New Day and the LWL Tornado Tag Team action. Dragon Lee
Well, I'm
right
sure
now
Big
on the
G
top
or
row.
somebody would join us if we ask.
It depends on the timing. It also depends on the stamina because we also will be doing it after sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, New Day, Xavier Woods. I mean, again, he's a former speed champion, I think, or speed challenger, I guess. So I guess there's an accolade there. Kofi Kingston, of course, multiple-time WWE Tag Team Champion, former WWE United States Champion. And fine back Dragon Lee has Kofi Kingston, big overhead right. And Kofi right now with Dragon Lee up to the high-risk district here as high as the Empire State Building. Remember, Mysterio coming the aid, though. And now Kofi Kingston hung up.
At least
There
you
was
say
Josh Ray.
you said New Day was irrelevant. At least they're not as irrelevant as a tangerine, man.
Damn.
And yet he probably still has more social media following and exposure than these two right now.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, right.
But still, it's a small bar that even that guy might be above these two right now. Dragon Lee and Mysterio, though. What the hell?
Oh, what
What?
the hell is he going for? Oh, wow, that's what he's going for.
And springboard, take him to here. The double stop by Dragon Lee for Kofi Kingston's Black Heart. To the half cover with the new leg kick on it, too.
Bam.
Ooh. Take a look at the replay here. That double stomp cut Kofi flushed. And all you can do is look up at it.
Somewhere Swerve's pissed somebody kicked out of a double stomp.
Right?
Well, yeah. And it's semantics, guys. Semantics. Dragon Lee runs the ropes and drives Xavier Woods through the table with the Hurricanrana.
I still can't believe Ray's doing this at that age.
WWE Hall of Famer still active in wrestling. Meanwhile, Kofi Kingston, O'Connor Row got the tights. Rey Mysterio gets him off, though, and uh-oh. What's the area called in New York City, JJ? Never mind. Whoa, went for Trouble in Paradise. Springing off with the cross body. Cover. Hook the leg kick on it, too, by Kofi. Woof. Rey Mysterio, the biggest little man in a fight every time. Between the legs of Kingston, Kofi Kingston again, hump across the second row. JJ, try and complete the call if you would, please. Oh!
619 connects.
What's the area code in New York? Is it really that?
I believe it's 312. Yeah, okay, 212.
Okay.
Well, actually, they have several, to be honest.
Trunk splash and Kofi with double plays and Dragon Lee with the save.
Barely.
Yeah, got the knees up there and literally lunged himself to save the match.
They have 212-646-718, and there's one more I'm missing, and
I also don't recommend gambling, folks. Do not make any of those numbers your pick 3. And Dragon Lee right now looking to fly over the top. Tope got hello, watch Kofi on the outside. Wait, what the fuck? Who the hell is that?
I'm going to guess it's Chad Gable.
I'm thinking it is Chad Gable. Because the hoodie.
Yeah, flying headbutt. The Rey Mysterio apoplectic, swinging a miss, and Chad. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, face first in the apron. And
Chaos Theory.
The delayed German suplex to your point. What the? Wait a minute. Oh, man, you definitely.
Thank you.
I think you were right there, JJ.
Yeah, look at the front of it. It's red, white, and blue, and it even says American made on it.
And Chad Gable now running out of the building away from security.
Making like Forrest Gump. He was running.
Well, meanwhile, the New Day trying to regroup now. Like, again, Rey Mysterio has been indisposed, and back inside the ring, and Dragon Lee, of course, is still down the outside now.
Damn, guys, I gotta admit, I didn't think Chad would come back so soon. I thought they were gonna procrastinate that for weeks.
Yeah, same. And meanwhile, some random luchador, as for people as far as the security knows, down goes Ray up the double stomp over the knee, covered by the New Day. New Day wins the Tornado Tag Team match.
Pinning Rey Mysterio at that,
Thanks
gentlemen.
to that freaking interference.
And
Not
that is
Dragon
not
Lee. He pinned Rey Mysterio.
And that's
Well,
not irrelevant at all, JJ.
No, what's the what? We're gonna get Lucha Gable versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. What the fuck just happened?
Hey, he might be like Hulk Hogan and deny it. Mr. America is not him.
Well, it's still gonna be a topic of conversation, nonetheless.
I like Lucha Gable, damn it. I liked that mask too.
Yeah.
Well, did you like that mask? Well, we'll see what AJ Styles likes as he talks on Raw Recap, the newest podcast to come to WWE, I guess.
I don't know.
I
if
still
it's
want to
worth-
get a Penta mask, so
Got
Yeah.
the Penta mask, the Serum Yellow.
I couldn't afford his mask, so I just got a shirt. But I don't think Gable's mask is worth $500 though either. Isn't that what he? Oh shit! Fabulous is behind them. They don't acknowledge the real celebrity rappers. One of the greatest rappers there is. Freaking Fabulous is right behind Michael Cole.
Well, you would know what that's about.
FABOLOUS.
And
The
here's
spelling
Braun.
bee champion.
Spelling bee.
No. That's got to go to Biggie. It's the NOTORIOUS. You just lay down slow.
Yep.
And speaking of laid out, Finn Balor tried to lay out Braun Breaker, as he says, sights on the WWE Intercontinental Championship, but Braun Breaker was about to literally show the Prince why he missed with the overhead military press power slam and was looking to spear him into this week.
Third place was Gwen Stefani with her BANANAS.
And of course, Finn Balor, though, still technically, I guess you would say, the leader of the Judgment Day, despite the fact he says there are no leaders, they're just equals. As Braun Breaker looks to break the Prince sooner rather than later.
Notice the demon there behind him.
The skull and the weird LED thing with the looks like bullet shells.
For a Bullet Club.
Hey. Well, actually, it used to be this. That was the original thing. And there's Carlito. And here's the Judgment Day and our current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Okay.
Did they just say it's going to be Bayley versus Raquel?
Correct, and it sounds like if Bayley wins, she might challenge for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
That's random, but okay. I mean, I forgot.
Oh, shit.
Bayley's part of Monday
Oh,
Night Raw.
shit.
What?
If Bayley wins, she's challenging for the Intercontinental Champion.
Yes.
Bayley
sounds like.
defeats Lyra. Who's Bayley been feuding with?
She been feuding with
Roxanne, your new Intercontinental Champion at Mania.
No, we do not need to hot potato the mid.
Yes, we do, goddammit. Put Roxanne over big
check.
in her first major singles match on the main roster, Noah.
Noah, it's better than doing nothing with it like they're doing now.
Yes, and Roxanne will carry. Think about how Roxanne carried the NXT Women's Championship. Think about the class and dignity she will carry the Intercontinental Championship. Think about how over she is with the fans, whereas Lyra gets fucking crickets after her intro. I'm telling you, Noah, make that shit happen. We're still 39 days away. So if the match takes place next week, in theory, we still have a month. A month is a decent enough run for Bayley.
There's your run.
And there you go. They just acknowledged Fabulous.
Well,
a month is a decent enough run for Bayley. And then, like I said, have Roxanne dethrone her at fucking Mania, dude. Yes, yes, all the way, yes. Hey, Macaulay Culkin in the house.
Oh, good grief. And
I believe that's his brother sitting next to him, too, Kieran.
You would know more about all that shit than I would. And also,
Shit,
JJ,
he looks
good
just
grief
like him.
almighty.
Shit.
Hell, at least Lyra's had more competition than Chelsea Green. Someone needs to impeach Misha from that friggin' office. Meanwhile, here comes the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I'm surprised his wife isn't there with him, Brenda Song, former Disney Channel actress.
Isn't Cody on SmackDown? No, I'm just kidding.
And we'll see what else is on the American Nightmare's mind here tonight while the Renegade is trying to once again change the mid-card title scene as we know it. We heard what Cody Rhodes said very poignantly on Friday night, though, when it came to John Cena.
Apparently, Brenda Song is filming something right now. I just got notification from the other room as my woman heard me say her name. That's awesome. Whoa.
Well, while you're trying to literally make Roxanne stand deliver at WrestleMania 1 year later for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, not against Lyra, but barely, we know that Cody Rhodes will be in the main event defending the WWE Championship against the final boss's self-picked, sold out new champion in his eyes to be, and that's John Cena. Will John Cena achieve number 17? And we still haven't heard nor seen quite literally John Cena since that moment at Elimination Chamber.
Do you guys notice, the rumor of his ear drums? He had an air plug in his ear. He just pulled it out after the fireworks. So it could be
there's so many things I could say right now that's insulting and incriminating, but I'm also part black, so I actually will be legitimate in my claims to trash that bitch, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to host in decorum. Cody Rhodes right now on the second rope here, as we'll hear from the American Nightmare next. On Monday Night Raw.
I'm black too.
Look, I'm not trying to get this channel, this service desensitized, but you're really pushing your luck. As we got another commercial break, fuck streaming services.
There we go.
Good grief almighty. And by the way, again, that match is now over with. We got another commercial break, and we just hit the first hour mark. Now, if it follows the 2.5 hour mark we've been doing, it seems like it still has a decent flow. Of course, we still have the interview with Io Sky. We have the EST. We have the steel cage, and what else after that? Did we cover everything else at this point?
Yeah. Oh, Bailey's match now. Bailey versus Raquel.
Yeah, that random shit. Yeah. Look, all I'm going to say is this when it comes to mid-card scenes. Don't make more titles if you can't make something out of them. But at least Lyra's have more competition than just Meacham against Chelsea Green. Under every stupid extreme facet you can do on Friday Night SmackDown, insert city here, make it sound like some sort of prolific street fight. While she's trying to be more impeached by Meacham more than Donald Trump is from the freaking office of presidency.
Okay. Time out. I'm not going to argue that the Chelsea Meacham feud isn't getting a little annoying, but goddammit, can we put over Chelsea and Piper as Cactus Jack and Mankind on Friday night?
Yes, that was brilliant. Again, that is why Chelsea Green is so fucking brilliant, and I love the fact that she has another Secret Harvest person in Alba Fire.
I was going to say, when Alba made her debut, she should have been dressed as Dude Love. Then we could have had all three faces of Foley.
Holy shit. That would have been funny.
Oh, have mercy. Well, all I know is Chelsea Green, forever I pledge allegiance to the hot mess of the U.S. God bless America, and God bless Chelsea Green.
And at least I hope that'll put Noah at ease a little bit, considering that Isla was released. People were saying, watch for Alba to be released. I'm surprised she wasn't released. She's now being put with Chelsea in her cabinet. Clearly, they have plans for Alba Fire. They just didn't for Isla. I don't get it. I liked me some Isla. Personally, I preferred Isla to Alba, if I'm being honest. But it had nothing to do with wrestling ability, if you smell what I'm cooking.
You pathetic, weak-minded simpleton. But also,
I'm just saying, as far as looks go, I found Isla to be more attractive, more marketable in that aspect.
I'm also just going to say this for the record. I can see WWE also keeping Alba Fire because of the Scottish connection. If you know, you know, folks. Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray. I followed those two's careers through Pro Wrestling Eve and through the ICW before they came into NXT UK. And they're both from Scotland. as Chelsea Green put out a picture at the time in Japan, also both from Stardom. There's a long connection there with fuck many names. Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven. There's another fuck for the list.
Piper Niven and who?
Kaylee Ray.
Who?
Abba Fire. Fuck
Oh,
WWE
okay. I
names.
know who you're talking about.
You know what? You got me all right. Fuck WWE names. Fuck Death Rebel. Fuck commercials. Fuck streaming services. And fuck you talking about disparaging Lara Valkyria's Intercontinental Championship run, which has had more challengers than Chelsea Green because Meacham can't get over the damn fact she's not worthy of being the face of the U.S. Anyway.
And if you want to hear more rants from Noah Foster, come to Saturday Shenanigans this week, where he will have to do whatever the karaoke wheel determines based on the super chats.
Fuck karaoke. Anyway, WWE at MSG has held 3 WrestleManias, 3 SummerSlams, 3 Survivor Series, and 2 Royal Rumbles. This building has held so many marquee moments and matches in the illustrious history of this business. And to this point, 2008, John Cena showed up at number 30 and won the damn Royal Rumble that night. And this is actually the 15th Raw broadcast from Madison Square Garden tonight. I wonder how many SmackDowns have been there.
I feel like the Garden is owed a Rumble, so it can be on the same level as the other big fours.
I agree, honestly. I mean, again, there hasn't been a Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden since 2008. And again, there's the official grabbing cage. I haven't captured it yet. It will be the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena. I'm just waiting for John Cena's first rebuttal. We'll be live via satellite in the jorts, in a suit. We'll have a new Fiend behind it, too. We'll find out soon enough.
Well, we know that he will be there next week in Brussels as they begin their Raw European run. Let's see what the American Nightmare has to say here tonight, gentlemen.
Go ahead and, as always, we'll
somebody else transcribe. There's too much going on in the background, and I don't want to turn the TV up and get copyright pinged.
I got you. Okay. You know he's going to first introduce the and say, oh, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, all he did was say New York City. Can you guys hear mine?
No.
Then, Walter, you're subscribing. Subscribe to Major Wrestling, folks. Go ahead, Walter. It's all you. Oh, good grief. I got a little heated there. I'm getting a freaking
can't
echo.
Talk. The crowd won't let him.
Well, and I hear that chant loud and clear.
So we could talk about why I'm here. We could say it's because it's the cathedral of the entertainment world.
Hard to argue that.
It's the Garden, where he should have originally won that title, but I digress. Right, JJ?
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
But we'll talk about John Cena.
And the booze ran out.
Who I know is going to be at 41. But he's not here tonight.
Shocking.
Bunch of booze after he said that shit.
Yeah, shocking.
Shocking, but not surprising. We knew that he wasn't going to be there because he's still filming overseas.
In Africa.
The final boss, The Rock. He told him he wasn't going to be here, but he'll be in Brussels.
See, there we go.
Yeah, you're going to give me an official.
I don't know if I like that. This is the stadium where John Cena won the U.S. title.
WrestleMania 20.
Too much stuff happened here at MSG. He can't be with us, but he can be in Brussels. Damn, he's insulting John. He said it's easy to swing at somebody after you have backup and you just kicked them in the nuts.
Legitimately did.
He does have to admit that John Cena part-time is better than most people full-time. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks chance.
As old as WWE itself, 2000s wise anyway.
Along with the what chance. Those two things are probably never going to go away.
Well, now we got Yeet, and yeah.
Well, the Let's Go Cena sucks chance did go away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Cody said, we're live on Netflix and you guys can go ahead with all that. He's letting them get it in.
It's the Garden, you might as well.
You can't censor New York.
That's also probably true.
What I do begrudge is when John Cena went on X. He said you got to do what needs to be done, even if you don't feel like it.
And have discipline to do that.
Cena has been doing weird cryptic tweets lately.
Yeah, but if you really trace those tweets, then you saw this coming.
Of course.
He-Man and Skeletor sharing a milkshake together. I'm just saying.
That was kind of weird.
And to you, JJ, he did your boy. He tweeted Darth Vader, and we know what he started with and what he became.
I am your father.
Best for business. Cody said nobody defines what's best for business better than John Cena.
$20,000.
Damn. Said I think the 20,000 people here know what's best for business. One man's delusion, one man's fantasy is the number 17. He said it's tacky to give out stacks. But 17, it won't happen. What's going to happen is I get the heartbreak privilege to at WrestleMania, John Cena gets to find out what the rest of you already know. And that I'll say this in real time, John Cena, I am the captain now. Damn.
Well then, captain on deck. And again, it's hard to argue. You said yourself, guys, the face of the previous generation versus the face of this generation. One's truly a face now, and only one steers the ship. And Cody Rhodes is not looking towards any mutiny aboard this cruise line as we are on the road to WrestleMania, where he believes that 17 will never come to life.
I didn't know Cody was Somalian, but okay.
It's a lot of a melting pot there, as we are in New York City, but also Cody Rhodes. I mean, his mom is Cuban, for Pete's sake. Just saying.
No, I forget you don't know movies. JJ got that reference. That was the Look at Me Now was from Captain Phillip. What's it called? Captain Phillip, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Tom Hanks.
Well, Bailey, Grand Slam champion without all. Bailey faced Raquel Rodriguez with intentions and inspiration to become WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Hey, Natalya got on television for what, like 30 seconds as Bailey walked by?
As we take another commercial break here on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Fuck streaming services.
Well, she'll be on television soon, and we will do that, Bloodsport.
Yes,
Natalya
we will.
makes history, because not only will she be on Bloodsport, she will also be part of the Crockett Cup in the National Wrestling Alliance. I said it once, I'll say it again. Locker room leader for generations and counting, and unmatched. And again, the aspect of her on Bloodsport. Micah from Stardom, Mia Yamashita, the Pink Kick, Intergender, Zack Sabre Jr. I cannot wait to find out who she's facing.
Sorry to interrupt. Before I put the banner, I just wanted to ask: is Raquel versus Bailey officially the winner is the number one contender for the IC title?
I didn't hear that officially, but I've also had my volume turned down. So
it was not said officially. That is the intention of Bailey, and the graphic didn't say number one contendership. But you know as well as I do what can happen during this match and post.
Absolutely. So let's just leave the banner with what it is.
Yeah.
Raquel versus Bailey. Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey. And, of course, Bailey coming off that loss from Vengeance Day in that fatal four for the NXT Women's Championship. That'll be on the line tomorrow night as Julia defends her title against La Primera Stella Valkyrie for the NXT Women's Championship. Both titles on the line. Title for title, winner takes all. And we also, of course, saw Bayley and Roxanne both involved in the chamber, and both women came up short there, while Roxanne Perez looks to once again prove why she is the leader of NXT and is better than the Juggernaut. She goes one-on-one once again with Jordan Grace tomorrow night at Roadblock.
By the way, Noah, I'm sorry, but I like JJ's idea, and I agree with it. Because you could sacrifice that and do the hot potato that won if you're gonna give Perez the good run after and not have her defend it all the time. It would be worth the one hot potato that you did.
Well,
Thank
again,
you, Walter.
you two can handicap me all you want. I'll always stand on my own mountain. But and we'll see what happens. Like I said, these styles, they're not even 2 months, I think, into full existence yet, lest we forget. So again, we'll see. But kudos to Lara, who's defended now against the likes of Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai, while Chelsea Green's defended against Meacham. Fudge off already!
I get what you're saying, but what? 2 months that this title existed, and what? 2 defenses? That's once a month. Like, you could have been doing it at least every week.
Again, at this point, WWE's not about defending their titles every week, despite the fact they're having more titles, it seems, than they know what to do with, as we talked about beforehand. So again, the jury is still out. And we'll see what happens soon enough with both the Women's Intercontinental and Women's United States Championship on the road to WrestleMania. But out of the two, Chelsea Green is the more prolific one right now. And I want Lyra to bring this title to more promise, but she needs more competition. And if you put Roxanne on Monday Night Raw with her, I guess you're repeating it, but yeah, there is that. Also, I don't know what the condition of her leg is after Ivy Nile almost took the leg out from her. Again, Ivy Nile, very strong effort last week on Monday Night Raw. The WWE trending beyond pop culture, entertainment, and professional wrestling worldwide every day of the week, practically.
I will say that Netflix gives a lot less commercials.
They actually give me a timer, which I'll also give you.
Look at that. One of the most iconic moments in history at the MSG where Jimmy Fly Snooker dives off the rope. And we know famously Mick Foley was in the crowd that day, and that's what influenced him to become a professional wrestler.
Back in 1983. Of course, our steel cage match still to come in our main event tonight with Seth freaking Rollins and CM Punk. After Adam Pearce says, finish it. Pinfall, submission, or escape is the only way you win this contest, and the steel cage, of course, can be used as a weapon.
Not only can, but most likely will be used.
I'm expecting those two to shed blood. Looks like we got another Netflix actor here, Alian, part of the Diplomat. Selling the City. Abigail Godfrey, Elandra Sorrego, Giselle Menez, Jordan Taylor Braff. That's a foursome. Rich the Kid, rapper, fuck rap. Seriously, all you need is a whack-ass name and freaking break the dictionary, and anyone can be a rapper these days. You might as well make a show called American Rapper vs. American Idol. Amanda Serrano from Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 3, apparently, premiering on Netflix July 11th from Madison Square Garden. That's a boxer?
Yes, that's a fight, Noah.
Well, I figured it had to be some sort of fight. You would know, Walter, you're the fight expert here with all the different forms of fighting with mixed martial arts, UFC, boxing. I mean, hell, you called Mike Tyson and freaking what's-his-face on Netflix.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, that. Who gives a fuck about that guy? Fuck him. It's one of those things, though, where, yeah, you got your money's worth that night, didn't you, folks? And to your point, JJ, Raw is live also in Brussels, Belgium, and it looks like next week, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time, Cody Rhodes and John Cena will be under one roof. I'm sure that won't get physical at all. All right. Well, it looks like we're finally getting ready for another match here because I was like, what the fuck am I here? I think I've got more fucks here tonight than I have in a long damn time. You
For
triggered me.
real, you're sounding like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob with all the fucks you're dropping.
Well, I mean,
Right?
the word of the night is fuck, I guess. I don't know.
Like that
Fuck,
episode of South
fuck,
Park where they
fuck,
counted shit.
motherfuck, fuck, motherfuck, noise. That's Noah tonight.
Right?
Well, Bailey wanted to vie for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Raquel Rodriguez stands in the way. Let's see if she can go through here with Judgment Day at ringside. As here comes the role model.
Damn, Bailey needs some.
Bailey might be
lean
literally
music.
one of the hardest workers in WWE this last calendar year alone with how much she's traveled. And she's been involved now across all three brands, of course, with the transfer portal window, whatever the fuck they're calling it. Bailey now officially a member of the Monday Night Raw roster.
Bailey was literally at NBA weekend, the All-Star weekend. She didn't get any points, but I mean, the fact that she was there, getting exposure.
When was the last WWE superstar part of an NBA All-Star game?
Beats the shit out of me.
And
Yeah,
I
good luck with
wouldn't
that,
know
Seth.
because I don't fucking pay attention to the sports like that.
The opposite, Shaq was in AEW, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, Bailey and Liv Morgan, no strangers to each other if you follow their careers. As again, Liv Morgan, I believe, is a 3-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. And of course, we saw Raquel lost Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The reigns we are underway here.
Earlier, I had to mute because I took a phone call. What did Dom promise Balor that he hugged him?
I'm not exactly sure. I think he promised him an Intercontinental Championship match, or how their Judgment Day is going to take care of business. Because honestly, since Judgment Day lost against Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they've not been quite the same. Although, again, Liv Morgan and Raquel, they are champions, so there's that. And of course, JD McDonough, he'll be out indefinitely after that ridiculously scary injury spot against the announce table. I really hope he's okay. And Carlito's still there too.
Well, I do believe I saw JD did an interview with someone here recently, so he must be at least on the mend.
Well, that's good to know. Again, you never want to see nobody legitimately get injured here in this business. Stomped to the arm by Raquel, though. Raquel Rodriguez, former NXT Women's Champion, beat Io Sky for that title upon a time. Bailey finally back, though, clubbing away at Raquel. Off the ropes, and Raquel runs through Bailey with the shoulder block. Yeah, Oak Cliff 214, Triple D 10. There are some unique usernames out here, I must say. Again, we all feel we're going to acknowledge something here in our main event with the steel cage match. As the Bears right now, referee Jessica Carr, by the way, for this contest. Looking for the arm drag, and Raquel blocks it. Again, this match was, I was wondering if there was going to be a women's match on this show, and I was like, okay, well, this is random. And then Bailey, like, out of nowhere after the Elimination Chamber, is like, okay, what's next for Women's Intercontinental Championship? Well, I guess it's an accolade she hasn't had, so okay. I guess that's one way you can change Bailey's trajectory. Since we know what's ahead for Io Sky and Bianca Belair, at least for the two of them at this point. Other parties yet to be named.
Bailey's been on TV more now than when she was the Women's SmackDown Champion. And that's saying something.
Well,
Agreed.
And literally across all the brands. Raquel just literally swinging Bailey around. I'm just curious to see if Liv Morgan and Dom get involved here, and Lyra comes to a Bailey's age that she has tremendous respect for, and this turns into a player-player tag team match for next week. While we're not in Ireland, we're in Brussels. And Bailey, great awareness there. It is one of those things, though, where right now you do wonder what Bailey's road to WrestleMania could involve. She went into challenge for the title last year against Io Sky after winning the Royal Rumble.
Did she just hit her with like a Bronco Buster?
That's exactly what that was. Raquel might be in trouble as she gets the single boot up to create distance between her and Bailey. And Liv Morgan right now checking on her tag champion partner. Bailey scouting Raquel, though, step on the steps. Whoa! Elbow drop to the back of the neck. Across the apron.
Oof. Like tingle went down my spine, man. You can't get elbowed like that. That's risky.
Bailey and Raquel continues at this commercial break for streaming services. It's going to take one step closer towards Lara Valkyria. As we got another break here.
Walter, the reference that you made at the end of the Cody segment, Captain Phillips, Ropes just posted a meme of that shit on X. So you're not the only person that thought that. That's a good call.
Nice job, Walter. This is why you're also a color analyst. You're bloody brilliant sometimes.
We need to get you to join one of the spaces at some point, bruh. You need to get to meet Ropes, who's DJ's co-host and Rockin' Ropes, and you need to meet Hannibal, our buddy from the UK, who's an AEW fanatic.
I think I actually saw him in my notifications the feed when Walter mentioned me. That's the only time I look at those, and it's like, oh, you follow me? Oh, that's cool. Thanks. Again, not about me. It's about wrestling. But also, my phone is piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. If I had it for
use your headset.
Years, well, I'm not home.
Can't you plug the little jack into your headphone jack, and then you can use your headset and your microphone?
Nope, I have an iPhone 7 Plus. It doesn't have a headphone jack.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
damn iPhones, piece of shits.
Yeah,
all the money that people spend on the fucking iPhones, and you can't even give people a fucking headphone jack. That's why I will always stick with an Android. Damn it! See, right there, headphone jack. Bam.
I know. Well, guess what? It's part of the job, and it is what it is. And it's become pretty much my life device because I'm cheap and frugal as shit. And I've had this iPhone 7 Plus now for 8 years. Still works, and I just can't speak. But actually, that's probably for a benefit because I don't have to deal with robocallers or people that I don't literally talk to. So if people want to get a hold of me, they text me, message me, and they're part of my inner circle. Otherwise, I don't know, and I don't answer. It's as simple as that.
You want to see me look like an idiot? Not know what I'm doing? Hand me an iPhone because I don't know the first thing about how to text, and I don't know crap about iPhones.
Look, I'm just gonna tell you this. I use my iPhone for work, business, a simple hello, and to share prediction forms, and that's about it. And music and YouTube and watch wrestling. So that's about it. So yeah, the fact that I don't have a actual speaker for calls is not a disadvantage for me, as I barely am socially engaged with people outside these video platforms, to say the least. And Seth saying, I got a tablet that got a headphone jack. Well, good on you. But, you know, let's be honest here. The headphone jack's being phased out by USB-C, which is why they made adapters like the USB-C to USB-A. For those that don't know, a freaking headphone jack's 3.5 millimeter. This is not a TED Talk with me. What the fuck are you trying
I was going to say, let's give Noah the solo shot while he hits the education
No,
here.
No,
go ahead, dude. Go.
No, I am not starting a TED Talk on IT purposes when it comes to devices like an iPhone and an Android. We're starting to... Fuck me.
We're back live.
Okay, thank Christ, I'm safe. We're back at Madison Square Garden as Raquel Rodriguez looking to beat Bailey. She sends up and over the apron, looks for the leg drop, and lands the leg on the apron where Wood and Steel meet across the ring. No one wants to sit here to hear a TED Talk on technology when you go watch CNET, all right? Daggum.
So it's a TED Talk?
Oh! Again, the winner, though, it sounds like they're going to get a shot against Lara Valkyria, as Michael Cole has been instigating here. And barely rocking Raquel at the knee, and going up to the second rope.
I'm not the only one with the
Nestor. They don't know Jack. See what I did there?
I'm going to focus on the monitor before I lose my sanity.
Come on, that's a good pun, damn it.
Sliding Larry at the cover by Bailey with the near leg. It gets a 2 count. Trying my best here, damn it. You're both literally rocking me here to a point
that runs in the family with the
Yeah, I got puns, I got foolishness, I got movie references, and I got fucks galore for most things pop culture and the internet. Good grief. Barely just thrown by Raquel.
I gotta show the clip of me breaking Noah on the call. I don't know if you saw it, JJ. I put it on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought. A roll up by Bailey on Raquel gets a 2 count again. Sent off the ropes. Big knee to the side of the head.
Running knee strike to the face of Raquel there, to your point. Bailey going up top here.
And Bailey now looking to channel one of her all-time favorite mentors who has had plenty of moments here in Madison Square Garden. Macho Man Randy Savage! Elbow drop to the hard kick on that 2 by Raquel.
Damn, Pat McAfee did a good ass impression
I think
of
JJ tried
Macho
to do a
Man.
little better. Take a look at the replay here, guys.
Oh yeah, drop the elbow, yeah.
This match is not brought to you by Slim Jim, but I think Macho Man be honored. And Bailey right now looking for the bear to bear Raquel, hoisting up Bailey, looking for the lawn dart. Bailey able to escape though. Face first off the top turnbuckle goes Raquel, and Bailey once again looking to pick up speed here. Looking for the lariat, swinging a miss by Raquel, takes her around. Nice back suplex by Bailey there. Cover, is there enough here? Kick out at 2.
That's an awkward looking pin.
Well, again, the height differential here. Couldn't really get the matchbook cover there. Not enough for her body weight
how
either.
many people in the garden are jealous of Bailey for that pin? I'm just saying.
Jealous of the cameraman alone.
Bailey right now might be looking for the rose plant here that helped her win the title last year at WrestleMania. Raquel, though, hooking up Bailey. A counter by Raquel. I think she was looking for that choke bomb and barely able to escape. And sidestep, Raquel sent to the outside. Liv Morgan and Dom Mysterio still at ringside, by the way.
You got to figure they're going to play into this unless Bailey gets somebody to come help her. Dom and Liv right there. Baseball slide outside right into a forearm shot from Raquel.
What's she looking for here? Raquel once again hoisting up Bailey, and Bailey sending Raquel shoulder first into the ring post. Again, great awareness.
Watch Dom there kind of stalking on the outside.
And Jessica Carr starting her 10 count up to 3 right now.
Even if Bailey does get people to help and evens the number, Roxanne will probably pop out of nowhere.
Well, I think Roxanne's more, well, to your point, we are going to be in the theater tomorrow. And to JJ's point, there's Dom and there's Liv playing a strategy. And Liv gets route, though, by Bailey. Jessica Carr doing with that idiot who's knocked off the apron. And now Bailey, Torbe Suicida, caught by Raquel, though, and put her across the announce table.
Damn.
Double team effort to help Raquel win via countout here, it looks like.
Jessica Carr up to 4. 5.
Even the tables have changed lately because a lot of them don't go down so easy anymore.
But that's because they don't need to be part
That's
of it.
Liv Morgan's job.
Oh, shit.
And got it at 9. Oh, I tear down a massive big boot.
You do 1,000 disqualifications a week. Can you do one legit counter? Can somebody not beat the 10, please?
There goes Bailey with the choke bomb. Raquel just beat Bailey.
Nice.
And Raquel Rodriguez is now the #1 contender towards Lyra Valkyria's Women's Intercontinental Championship.
She'll probably win it too. Oh, so it was a #1 contender match. See, it's like they said it without saying it.
That literally, that's what they said during this match. And again, call it a team effort as Liv Morgan and Dom Mysterio both came in play. To JJ's point, the numbers game played to not only Bailey's disadvantage, but her demise. As Raquel thought she got the count-out win here, slamming Bailey across the petition of the announce table. As Bailey got back in the ring, she was met with a huge boot by Raquel. And then taken down with that choke bomb. And Raquel Rodriguez is one match away from becoming a double champion in WWE. We'll see what happens soon enough when that match is booked. Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So we're going to go backstage to Kathy Kelly. So good to have her back.
Here we go.
Oh, fucking hell.
Mr. America again. Owen Hart is not the Blue Blazer. Blue Blazer is not Owen Hart. Mr. America is not Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is not Mr. America.
May I remind you that this guy once literally helped Kevin Owens run a lie detector test against Ezekiel?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So it's just a coincidence that you happen to be here this week with a hoodie on too, huh?
Yeah, with a black hoodie that literally looks exactly in the same position What? What? Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Damn, look at the head. You talk about JD Donut's head. Look at freaking Chad Gable's head. Jeez. Chad Gable looked like he was supposed to be a midget and then somehow outgrew it. Like the way his head is shaped.
That is great work there. The way they did that, though, having somebody else in the mask in the exact same outfit. That's great shit right there. Definitely helps to throw off the whole was it Chad Gable, which
Oh, good
we
grief.
all know it was,
Of course we
but
do.
at least for this part of the storytelling, while it's still in its infancy, nice little twist there.
Yeah, I suppose. We'll see how long that storyline plays out, though. And then speaking of
Gotta
playing,
it's gotta play out until Mania. Unmask him at Mania and reveal that it's him. That's a big moment spot.
you're just trying to
We
fill all
all
the mid-card grudge matches you can here. Meanwhile, Io Sky will be coming up next with an exclusive interview, I believe, with Michael Cole regarding the fact she's going to WrestleMania after winning the Women's Heavyweight Championship against Bianca Belair.
Wasn't Dom just out there? How is he backstage with Ludwig Kaiser already? Like, what the fuck?
right.
And again, the delay's fixed, or maybe he got a freaking sprint in.
By the
Anyway,
way,
another commercial
I'll be
break,
right
but
back, gentlemen.
That's
Chad,
fine. Anyway, fuck streaming
If
services.
you don't want us to think it's you, maybe not do a delayed German suplex like only you can.
Not to say, Your Honor, I'd like to point out Exhibit A. Last time I checked, Kurt Angle is not freaking active in wrestling. Good
And
call
he's a
there,
lot taller
Walter.
than that. Yeah.
Good grief almighty. Anyway, we got another commercial break here. So again, fuck streaming services. Let's go ahead and see what people are saying here in the chat real quick. All the new from Don't Have Jacks. This is accurate. The new the iPhone stopped doing the freaking jack.
Android did too. It's all Bluetooth.
Well, it's either Bluetooth or it's freaking adapter, because there still is a port to charge the device, because I don't think there's a standalone. What? Stop trying to get me talk tech. Damn it. Anyway, educate them. No, they don't know. Oh my God, I see what now. Damn it, Nasty, you freaking idiot. Seth, no reaction at all for that match, though. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Darren G, they're doing the Owen Hart thing in a way. Yeah, and JJ called that. Seth saying it's all Gable, but he did good. Gable's playing. I didn't do it. He's playing innocent. And again, we'll see if JJ gets his mid-card feud match at WrestleMania.
So now the question is, well, who did they just arrest then?
Did a Rey Mysterio and freaking Chad Gable, which, to be fair, will be a good match. But again, how many mid-card grudge matches are we going to have here? We're going to have 6 matches a night. We're going to have 7 matches a night. Are we going to go even less than that? Or are they going to do 5 matches or so? Because I don't know if you noticed this, Walter. Both WPLE so far this year have only have 4 matches.
Yeah, they did less than 5, right? Well, that's crazy.
Yeah. So is WrestleMania going to be 5 matches a night? What?
They did a good job. I don't know.
Again, it's a different time.
I like the shorter pay-per-views, to be honest.
I mean, it works to a degree, so I can understand what you're saying. So again, Seth being real honest about that, and we respect honesty, as of course we respect anybody here that enjoys what we do and enjoys professional wrestling. Damn it, as we're gonna have an exclusive interview with the Women's World Champion Io Sky here shortly. Still to come tonight, our main event, of course. WWE Steel Cage match between CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. Again, we're on the road to WrestleMania. At this point, we have officially, I believe, 4 matches right now. Gunther versus Jey Uso for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. And at this moment, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Heavyweight Championship. And those are the only matches made official so far for WrestleMania.
That is correct. There's still definitely a lot speculated out there, but those are the only quote-unquote official ones at this point. And you've got to figure with this interview with Io Sky, this is where Bianca Belair is going to get involved. And if Mommy is in the house, she is definitely going to make her presence felt here as well.
But again, is she going to make a humble presence or a physical presence? And is she going to find herself in desperation to get to WrestleMania? Speaking of Macho Man Randy Savage, here's a moment from 1988 in the steel cage regarding the WWF Championship as the $1 Million Man took on Macho Man Randy Savage. One of the most physical steel cage matches back at that time of day. Of course, the lovely Miss Elizabeth, the first woman of professional wrestling. Sorry, Maria Kanellis.
I love that old blue cage.
Yeah, it's one of those things I want to see it for one night. I want that nostalgia, but you can see why they don't have that in this day and era. Either way, we're going to have a 15-foot steel cage in play tonight. Seth Rollins and CM Punk still to come in our main event.
Your son is wondering if that's Penta on your shirt, Walter.
Yeah, it's Penta's shirt. It's not him. It's his symbol. It's not actually him. But yeah, this is Penta's his new shirt.
Still, yeah,
I got Jacob Fatu's too.
There's a William Jackson Harper, part of A Man in Full. And let's see who this person is in the Jacob Fatu shirt.
I know who that is from Hell. That's a chef.
Chris Diaz.
I wonder how's he doing in Hell's Kitchen.
I don't know who this is though. Who the hell is this?
Shigara, an actor from Sirens, coming soon to Netflix.
Oh, I never
rocking the Steiner Brothers shirt there. That's a cool OG Steiner shirt.
Yeah, I like that one.
And another rapper, fuck rap, Nardo Wick.
Who?
I have no idea.
I have no fucking clue. Seriously. How does a rapper
probably whack?
I'm pretty sure a rapper just went to ChatGPT, come up with a name that's whack, but it still sounds like it's a rapper. I don't know.
Make a name for me and put Lil in front of it.
Right?
Let's go down the lane to Michael Cole.
Welcome, the brand new Women's World Champion, Io Sky. You got to wonder how Dakota Kai feels here. 2 shots at the Intercontinental Championship. Big fat loser. Io Sky gets out there and becomes Women's World Champion. I guess it's good to see somebody in Damage Control who actually knows how to get a victory.
I mean, to be fair, it was always Io that led the group, especially since Asuka got injured. And Asuka and Kairi right now, who's been MIA for quite a period of time, ever since that fallout with the Pure Fusion collection, Io Sky even said at one point, Damage Control needs to change. Well, change doesn't happen unless you lead by example and enforce change yourself. And there is the graphic as change was made, and it is official right now. It is Io Sky defending the Women's World Championship against the EST Bianca Belair, who's undefeated at WrestleMania.
I still think something else is going to happen to this matchup.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that WWE has stacked the deck.
Nice pun there, Noah. You got on us for our puns, and then you're over here making them yourself.
Once in the blue moon, even I, as play-by-play, have to somehow collaborate to y'all's level of humor.
You're punnier than you give yourself credit for.
Y'all are nice, I guess.
I like that Io Sky sign looking like Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
That needs to be a t-shirt, seriously.
That actually going to be a good idea for once for WWE to do.
And actually, it looks like the dude holding it is wearing a t-shirt of it.
That might be a GTS old school CM Punk shirt, actually.
No. The guy holding the sign.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. All right, let's hear from Io. I'm not going to lie. Io Sky looks absolutely just fitting wearing that championship. It just fits her.
It does look good on her. The white strap on the belt with the jacket. Nice little coordination there.
The fact that her family's going to go out to WrestleMania as well because of that win, too.
It's always been a dream for her to be at the Garden as champion.
Of course, following legends like Bull Nakano in this business.
She proved the impossible is possible.
Can't argue that.
And now she's over the moon to be champion. Going to WrestleMania.
Yes, you are.
Her English is getting way better. She's been working on it.
Here comes the number one contender for the Women's World Championship, winner of the Elimination Chamber, the EST of the WWE, the woman who put the EST in WrestleMania,
Damn it.
Bianca Belair.
And to your point, every time except last year culminated in either retaining or gaining gold. Since WrestleMania 37, she has been truly undefeated at WrestleMania.
4-0 going into this
4-0.
year.
Well,
Remember, there was one point Edge was 5-0 too, and he was like, "I'm starting my own streak." That was hilarious.
yeah, but we all know streaks are made to be broken, and you can see the smile across Io Sky's face. Of course, these two go all the way back to the black and gold NXT.
They're about
Streaks
to be
were made to be broken. Just ask The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. They're about to be all business, and I don't mean just the suit that Bianca's wearing.
Well, considering that she took care of personal business finally on Friday Night SmackDown, leaving that behind her, now she can set her focus on WrestleMania.
A rare face versus face match at WrestleMania.
Indeed. And justifiably so, with the amount of respect that both these incredible athletes have for one another.
Congratulations to Io for last week. She's excited for us, even though she knows that we've never always seen eye to eye. Michael Cole asking that if Bianca wasn't out here last week, would it be fair to say that Rhea could still be champion? She says she wasn't planning on doing anything. She's had enough drama as is.
Accurate.
But if Rhea thought she was going to put her hands on her and she wasn't going to do anything about it, then Rhea doesn't know her at all. And here comes Mommy. We knew she was going to be here to say something. I told y'all. I am calling it now. We're going to get Bianca versus Rhea. Winner gets Io, or it's going to be a triple threat. I've been saying it since last week.
And Mommy's serious, JJ. You might want to focus.
Rhea wants to know what was the reason. Rhea wants to know why she was out here.
Oh, boy.
This was a championship match. If she had no desire to intervene, why was she here? Rhea saying there was no reason for her to be out here.
The jury's out on that.
I kind of don't like this. It's making Io look like.
Should have let her handle her own business with Rhea while you handled yours with Naomi and Jade.
Okay. This is getting awkward and heated.
Of course it is. Let's be real. Saying that you're not mad that I didn't clap for you. You're mad that I clapped for Io too. Says you can't beat Io and you're trying to blame me. Ooh, pie face to Io pushes her to the ground.
This is making Io look like a third wheel. I don't like this.
Damn. Uh-oh.
Now Bianca pie faced Io.
Whoa. Oh!
Io slapping the shit out of Rhea.
Oh!
Another one for Bianca, dropping her.
Don't disrespect the champion.
Io saying, respect my authority.
I didn't expect him to hit Bianca too. Okay, I get the Rhea, but damn, she turned around and smacked the shit out of Bianca too. I didn't expect that
Both
one.
of them put hands on her.
Io Sky's unraveling here because Io Sky, at the end of the day, guys, it is about her. She's the one that's the champion. She's the one that's going to the main event of WrestleMania. And to your point, after that freaking confrontation, she felt like she was disrespected as the afterthought.
She was. She looked like the third wheel that whole time.
You can tell in Io's face that she felt that disrespect. At the end of the day, Io Sky is going to WrestleMania. There's no denying that, but the jury's still out if Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, if either one's better than the other. Well, that being said, we look towards more confrontations to come. Next week on Monday Night Raw, 3 p.m. Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific, Cody Rhodes and Jones will be under one roof from Brussels, Belgium, and I really expect things to get very confrontational. We also have a no-holds-barred match between Ludwig Kaiser and Penta Estilo Miero. Now we'll truly see who has no fear. With the win over Grayson Waller, now Jey Uso takes the other half of A-Town Down Under as he goes one-on-one with Austin Theory.
And I'm pretty sure, you know, Pete Dunne won't be far from that Penta match.
And you talked about Dakota Kai earlier, Jada. Dakota Kai will be in action one-on-one against the previous challenger for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Ivy Nile. And it's official. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line as Braun Breaker will go one-on-one defending the gold against Finn Balor.
Ooh.
And this all takes place live next week on Monday Night Raw. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Noon Pacific.
That's Netflix for you.
Hey, that's okay. We're just getting it live instead of on tape delay. That's a good thing.
Exactly. And you're about to see this live again on a night where we saw Io Sky felt disrespected by both her challenger and the previous person she just faced. Over 10 years of hatred, animosity is about to collide in where Adam Pearce says, finish it. It is time for our main event. Seth Freakin Rollins versus CM Punk inside a steel cage.
Indeed, they will burn it down. This is going to be a hell of a match.
And again, the way you win is via pinfall, submission, or escape. But if you ask me, I don't think either of these men are willing to escape from one another. They want to destroy each other.
They're not going to want to escape. And Seth fitting right in with the New York. The way he's dressed, New York, just they see it all. So that's normal there.
I gotta say, New York's the fashion capital of the world.
You know, this theme song for Seth might be the most apropos theme song of the night, as they are going to burn the place down.
Mm-hmm.
What would be hilarious is if Punk comes out to This Fire Burns to just kind of play off of that energy.
Right. I would just love to actually hear his Ring of Honor theme personally, but that's just me. As you see the steel cage looming, coming down upon the ring, these two are going to be encased truly in their own personal hell. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, steel cage match coming up next. As Seth Rollins may cost CM Punk the dream of a WrestleMania main event, CM Punk once again might put Seth Rollins to sleep, or this time, based on his pipe bomb last week, do anything he can to put Seth Rollins in a wheelchair.
You know what's funny? This might be the time that Netflix goes past the 10:30 mark and they actually go all the way to 11.
Well, I mean, it's always a possibility, but we're still giving them almost 30 minutes for a cage match. That's more than enough time.
Mm-hmm. And it's also more than enough time to acknowledge what very well could be these two men's road to WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, steel cage match up next. Fuck streaming services. Another commercial break. First off, again, did Io Sky slap the taste out of both those bitches' mouth? Damn.
Oh, both of them.
Well, again, and I'm guilty of this too. We literally saw that same picture of those three, literally in that same sequence at the Elimination Chamber. What did I say? We were going to get Bianca Belair versus WrestleMania. Last week, I ate crow. I was wrong. I admit it. This week, though, Rhea Ripley, I think she very is justified in her claims. If Bianca wasn't out there, would we have seen the same results?
And I'm glad Michael Cole even brought it up.
Well, Michael Cole is one of the journalists you could actually trust, considering he literally sits at ringside.
I don't know.
And of
It
course,
definitely.
Bianca Belair, like we talked about, Bianca Belair has been through her own personal turmoil of hell, looking at the fallout with two people she called her friends. Whatever Jade Cargill and Bianca do going forward, I don't know, but we saw what happened on Friday night. Bianca walked away from Naomi, and as Jade came out, she's like, go take care of your business.
I get doing this, but I don't want WrestleMania to become triple threat heavy. Like if there's a rumor of Seth, uh, CM Punk, and Roman. Now you got the EO. Now you got like do we need? I get everybody can be on the card at WrestleMania. Then you need the big payday, but don't throw a whole bunch of multi-person matches. And then you probably can guess the IC title or the U. One of the titles is going to be in a multi-man match too.
Maybe, but I don't know honestly if either mid card title is going to be multi-person. I do find interesting though they're doing Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw versus WrestleMania because Braun Breaker's right now he really doesn't have any like forward going challengers. We're trying to figure out the WrestleMania card. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul singles. We talked about the 4 championship matches and that one right now. We saw the official falling card graphic, but again, a deck has 52 cards, and I'm not saying there's going to be that many people involved in WrestleMania outside of entrances and special developments, but it is one of those things where you might get a triple threat each night, to your point. There could be a triple threat with championship circumstances and personal animosities in it, while the other triple threat literally has a championship and personal animosities also behind it. They could do one each night. WrestleMania 39, JJ, as we know, did tag team showcases matches each night, one for the men, one for the women. So Walter is not too far-fetched, and it's not like it's overkill. It's almost like a balance. But again, we've also seen less matches put in with a focus on storytelling and longer showcasing. Both PLEs this year have only had 4 matches. WrestleMania usually has 6 to 7 matches a night as far as what we've seen in this new era. We got 2 nights. Could both only be 5? I don't know, but it is interesting to think about that there could be a triple threat match each night, one concerning a championship and one not.
I feel like there has to be a minimum of 6 matches per night. That may sound like a lot, but I think that there's enough going on right now to justify it.
Oh, I agree. Remember, last year was 6 and 7. Continue.
Even if you throw the women's mid-card titles out of the window, as we look at our NXT North American champion, La Primera Stephanie Vaquer ringside, and the champion Julia ringside as well. Both women clashing tomorrow at Roadblock,
where both titles are on the line. Winner takes all. Beautiful Madness versus La Primera. La Primera, by the way, means champion of champions. And Stephanie Vaquer has a huge chance to become the champion of champions on NXT Roadblock tomorrow night. Speaking of, we are still at Madison Square Garden here tonight. Our main event, moments away, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk inside the steel cage as we wait for the Second City Saint from Chicago to enter the building.
Primera also means first, so will she be La Primera to have both titles?
She would be the first woman to have done that in NXT history.
I'm surprised they're sitting right next to each other after their opponents tomorrow.
Well, again,
they are still friends. They don't have the heat that most people have.
You mean like these two?
I was just going to say, no, you took it out of my head. I was going to say, like these two?
There he is. The man that literally walked through hell last year for a chance to finally main event WrestleMania. The one thing that eluded his entire career, as Seth Rollins might have literally stopped and dead in his tracks at possibly his last chance.
I look in his eyes and I see hate right now. He fucking hates Rollins.
The fact of the matter, though, that Seth Rollins also can't stand the fact that on the Raw Netflix premiere, Seth Rollins lost to CM Punk in the main event after going to sleep. And that's really when this hit a whole nother boiling point, JJ.
Yep, and will history repeat itself here tonight?
For no record in Madison Square Garden, by the way, if you remember CM Punk's previous legacy.
Stat Boy improved. I didn't even know that.
Of kudos to the WWE research team that feeds that into Michael Cole's earpiece as well as provide those graphics. They probably use Cage Match for all I know too, or there's probably like a giant book of archives in Twin Towers, what used to be Twin Towers anyway, the new WWE headquarters.
I'm sure that big blue cage is back there, but if rumors to believe, it's hard to travel. So maybe if they do some old school Saturday night main event here in Connecticut and Hartford, they could use that cage.
There we go.
You knew that was going to happen. As soon as he stepped in those ropes, he was not going to waste any time. In front of 20,000 people, our main event, guys. Seth Rollins, CM Punk inside the steel cage, and both these men are just throwing fists right now. And both these men right now literally just unleashing fists and barrages of strikes. Knife edge chop by CM Punk here again. The way you win this match, pinfall, submission, or escape over the top or through the door. Flat out brawl here. This is not a brawl out, by the way. Flat out brawl here between CM Punk and Seth Freakin Rollins.
Punk couldn't even get his shirt off before Rollins jumped on him.
Right? And of course, Seth Rollins curb stomped CM Punk in the Elimination Chamber as CM Punk was submitted by John Cena. Literally said, die. Why CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams may have died that night. Seth Rollins ripping the shirt away from CM Punk to your point, exposing the chest, and CM Punk, of course, toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose with Tyler Black. Is Phil Brooks. Of course, this hatred goes back to 2012 when The Shield debuted on freaking WWE.
I can't stand when the camera's like outside the cage. Man. They got to give the cameraman room to be inside because to look through the cage is like an awkward view.
No, because you don't want the cameraman to be collateral damage inside the cage.
Exactly. And there's a reason why WWE uses drones and sometimes braces cameras on these structures. You saw what they did in the Elimination Chamber. And again, CM Punk and Seth Rollins are still duking it out in the middle of this ring.
Yeah, like Hell in a Cell, that cameraman became collateral damage.
Yeah, unfortunately. Good grief almighty. What you freaking sign up for in this line of work? Oh, the big shot by Seth Rollins to CM Punk.
I don't really see these trunk colors from Punk. Are those kind of new?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen that burgundy type color trunks from CM Punk, at least in WWE that I can recall.
It's very reminiscent of Bryan Danielson's old trunk colors.
Exactly.
Shout out to the American Dragon.
Thank you, Bryan Danielson. Big right hand received by Seth Rollins, though. Drops CM Punk down to a knee.
This is the third cage match in less than a week that I've called. Because don't forget, last Tuesday was the double cage matches on NWA Power.
Yep, between La Princesa Tiffany Nieves and, of course, the Russian beauty Natalia Markova. Oh, went for the
as well as Tom Latimer defending against EC3. Both were inside of a cage.
Oh,
buckle bomb. Jesus.
That muscle drop kick.
And CM Punk just dropped awkwardly, sliding down against the steel. Can CM Punk clobber Seth Rollins inside steel cage? Stay tuned as this match continues. Fuck streaming services.
After Sting, I'm still surprised he uses the buckle bomb, man.
Yeah, right? Well, again, you know, there's some things that never are removed from the past. And to JD's point, literally, NWA, WWE, AEW, TNA, 4 of the biggest recognized companies in the business, all within a week and a half with a fucking steel cage match.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, the NWA ones were from December. They just made air, but still, you
still get my point. The fact that these companies have presented them in the
at least NXT doesn't have a cage match tomorrow.
Don't jinx it. Please don't jinx it.
I still won't get over that missile dropkick though over the cage. I mean, off the cage.
Nah, the next big stipulation I think we're heading towards is Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe in an underground match.
I believe, that's not tomorrow. That is next week on NXT as Trick Williams looks to whoop that Trick once and for all.
Which, speaking of, I actually saw the Trick Williams action figure at my local Walmart with the North American title.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
They had 2 of them. It was the Elite Series that's more posable.
Right.
But they had 2 Trick Williams figures, white trunks, North American title.
Nice.
That's brilliant. And of course, we don't know who's going to stand deliver yet at NXT. As I know, we got Roadblock tomorrow. And again, CM Punk really left this company and this industry while Seth Rollins continued to burn it down and build himself up here. Why he says that CM Punk is a cancer, you're not needed here. Why would we need the guy that literally wanted this place to die? Why CM Punk has literally politically said, I didn't hate this place, I hated the management. And this new management has probably made WWE probably the most, I would say, comfortable ecosystem to date.
Definitely less chaotic as some of the other companies out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we still have our commercial break, folks, in case you're wondering, because Netflix truly has no picture-in-picture. So, again, fuck streaming services. But Darren G with the spot here, as wrestling fans were spoiled 2 cage matches nights in a row. Right? Good grief. And Nick Branch with a fodder. How hilarious would it be if the main event is incredible in reverse for AEW Revolution, where all matches were great, but the main event sucked? Because this Raw is, well, again, it's subjective, but it all comes down to perspective of the wrestling business with your fandom. Absolute dud. I don't know why be that harsh, because unlike that,
if you don't like it, turn it off. This has not been a bad episode of Raw.
No. Despite my hatred towards all the, like pop culture nonsense and underwhelming amount of wrestling, this has been pretty decent. And I've just been entertained by JJ and Walter. And we are back here on Monday Night Raw on Netflix with this main event match inside the steel cage. 7 rounds, CM Punk. To your point, how much time they're giving them. Let's figure out the other element that could come into this equation. And that is not only CM Punk's favor, but the tribal chief from Reigns has been out since Seth Rollins curb stomped his head on steel steps of the Royal Rumble.
Punk sent head first into the cage, and Seth Rollins just really laying it into Punk here. Punk has not gotten a whole lot of offense off here in the early going.
Well, again, CM Punk also is a seasoned veteran. No offense to Seth freaking Rollins, but boy, the amount of turmoil and torture that CM Punk's body's been through his career, not only just in the ring, but in life. I mean, it's got to catch up to you eventually. Let's not forget, last year at the Royal Rumble, he legitimately got injured in the end and was out pretty much until SummerSlam. To your point, Seth Rollins beating down CM Punk here. The boots in the midsection right now. Of course, Rollins literally saying, die at Elimination Chamber. He might be thinking the exact words tonight. That pure animosity and hatred in Seth Rollins' heart. And in the UK, we don't have ads. The edge continues. That's nice. And shout out to my friend Amara J.
Cage door open. Seth looking to escape here? No.
Or is
he's trying to give Punk the opportunity to escape.
Is he calling out CM Punk for the coward that he is to walk away like he did in the previous past, JJ? A little bit of symbolism here.
I'm not sure if that's smart by Rollins. That means Punk would win.
I think he just wants him to get close enough to slam the door in his freaking face.
Yeah, again, what sort of statement is Seth Rollins trying to send here tonight, where it already looks like CM Punk doesn't have a way to WrestleMania? A state that Seth Rollins not only man invented, he won the freaking championship. There's Rollins, get to the midsection. Looking to hoist CM Punk again. Uh-oh.
Thought he was going to go for the pedigree at first, but it looks like he's going to go for another buckle bomb, counter into a Hurricane Rana, send Seth face first into the cage.
I don't know, straight over the top of his head, but to your point, go to sleep connects.
You don't see Punk do that too often. I've seen him do it a few times, but not too often.
And not this soon in a match. Not to mention, not only did CM Punk collapse, Seth freaking Rollins collapsed on the other side of the ring. If CM Punk wanted to right now, I think he could just walk out and escape.
By the way, JJ, I love that you call it the Hurricane Rana, like the way it should be, instead of just Hurricane Rana.
I try to put a little bit of stank on it. I'm not that white. Just because I like to play up my whiteness sometimes, talking about taquitos, it doesn't mean I can't put some stank on it when I want to.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins eye to eye. CM Punk falling with the knee strike as Seth's braced up against the steel cage.
You also noticed the way I rolled my R when I said La Primera earlier as well, and La Princesa.
You gotta roll those R's. You gotta be like, you gotta roll those R's to get that name in there right. And CM
just
Punk
practice my Eartha Kitt Catwoman. Perfect.
Oh, there you go. That knee strike to the back of the head.
Send Seth to ping pong off the cage there.
Yeah, right.
If anyone knows about rolling things, it would be me. You're talking to
Yes, we know, Walter. We know.
And again, CM
Now
Punk
Punk's
now.
giving Seth the option to walk out.
Well, again, like I said, I don't think neither of these men are
Going
looking
black
to
screen,
escape.
Seth flipping him off.
And
Running knee
just
into
wait
the
for it.
corner, signature Punk here.
And again, looking for more damage with the neck breaker in the middle of the ring. We talked about before this match, JJ. I don't think neither man wants to escape. I think they're looking literally for an end.
Wait a minute. Peacock
Big
gave
elbow
us a
drop.
go fuck yourself, and they're black screening a middle finger.
Yes, that's correct.
This is still technically quote unquote television as opposed to a movie
Yeah, but
or
we're
a
more
pay per
edgy.
view.
We're more edgy, right? Dropping the elbow. I'm just saying. And CM Punk right now in control here as neither man is looking to walk out of the steel cage or climb over the top of it.
Punk
Punk,
going to the
though.
top rope looking for that macho elbow.
Again, though, he might be taking a little bit too much time here, though, JJ. And Punk with the elbow drop connects to the heart of Seth freaking Rollins.
He's been doing that ever since Mach passed away.
Mm-hmm. He even had didn't he put his trunks the exact same color and everything in 2011?
Yeah, good callback there, by the way, guys. Though you do see CM Punk grasping his midsection. CM Punk once again going to the opposite corner here, looking for another elbow drop. Again, going to the well maybe one too many times. Another
Double
elbow.
bird.
Yeah, with a freaking emphatic second elbow drop to the black heart of Seth freaking Rollins, according to CM Punk.
The Tyler Blackheart.
And again, look at the way CM Punk is grasping his ribs, though.
It was right in the middle of the chest, too. He got him good.
Going to the next one. Looks like CM Punk here is looking to hit the four corners with the elbow drops here. This is corner number 3 he's gone to.
I think that's the same corner he just did it, though, isn't it?
No.
I don't know. No, it's
All
not.
right.
It's the third.
And to your point, he got it. There's a third back elbow drop cover. Put the far leg, and Seth gets the shot up at 2.
To think. The elbow
Instincts.
used to. The elbow like that used to end people and you would win. The super kick used to end people, you would win.
I'm only going to tell you this once, Walter, and I'm going to tell you, JJ, this too. No move single-handedly wins matches this time in the business.
Hell, a DDT used to end matches.
Yeah, well, no one's done a DDT the right way since Jake the Snake Roberts.
I disagree. I cite Raven and Tommy Dreamer, who both made that a finisher in ECW.
All right, fair enough. Well, how about this for a finisher? CM Punk's at the top of the steel cage looking down on Seth freaking Rollins. Are you kidding me?
I think he was thinking elbow, but Seth got up.
Yeah, thankfully, but I think Seth might be looking to meet him in kind.
No, CM Punk get down. You know, Drew already said it's been 6
gonna
months
say-
you're due for an injury.
I was going to say, like, did we not see what happened to Cope last year on AEW pay-per-view in the cage? Like, let's not try and do this here, Punk.
Yeah,
again,
please.
though, this is how much CM Punk hates Seth and vice versa. If they're willing to literally break each other's bodies and they're on the process to literally end one another, that's probably what this steel cage match will culminate with. Seth
Nice
Rollins
droid
right
shot.
now literally sitting across the top of those trusses while CM Punk is literally grabbing that chain for his life as he got his footing dropped down from underneath him, landing awkwardly. One slip, one fall could end it all for either man here.
Could also win, because if they fall the outside, they won technically.
That's a good
Mhm.
point, Walter. And again, will either man be justified if they win that way? And more so, will they be justified in their own way?
Holy shit.
I
What?
sense disaster.
Oh, no.
Superplex!
Super duper plex. Punk draped across the top of the cage there. Seth hooking him, dropping it. 1, 2. Kick out.
Ooh.
Well, that lets you know he's okay. The fact that he kicked out, because damn.
Yeah, Punk
Super
somehow barely still in
duperplex.
it. Take a look at the replay here, JJ.
I don't wanna.
But JJ, then again, how much of that
I
was
know
just
no
instinct?
wanna.
If that kick out. You talked about instinct earlier. That might have been instinct, that kick out.
We talked about before that innate sixth sense professional wrestler has, but also when your body catches up to you, convulsions is a thing as well. Divine intervention is also something else. But either way, this steel cage match continues here on Monday Night Raw. between Seth freaking Rollins and CM Punk, and I'm not sure who's right now the worst for wear.
20,000 chanting, "This is awesome," and I completely agree.
Yeah, what a scene here at MSG, by the way. Capacity crowd on hand.
Notice Triple H isn't putting out tweets saying "justified, this is awesome" chants. Just throwing that out there.
I'm not on social media to know who does that, so I'm not on social media to know who you're talking about. But shout out to some great accounts like Wrestling Covens.
Walter knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sure you both are on social media far more than me. I protect my mentality. And as I'm swinging,
So do I.
Again, as host of a Saturday Shenanigans, you have to endure that madness. So God bless you. Seth Rollins and CM Punk squaring off in the middle of the ring. And CM Punk answering in kind. CM Punk holding up Seth Rollins again, looking to put him to sleep. Seth with the elbows, though. Now looking to hook CM Punk, pausing for a pedigree. Punk counters. On the shoulders, goes sleep, connects again. Middle of the ring. Punk with the cover at the front leg. Kick out 2.5 by Seth.
2 and 9.999. Jesus, I thought the referee's hand hit.
Had infinitum on that.
Nice false finish there.
Woo. That's a second go to sleep, by the way, in case you're keeping count.
What else is it going to take?
I don't know. Once again, CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins still in the show in the main event of Monday Night Raw with a steel cage with the assistants.
Tell you what, hate is a strong emotion, but it's also one hell of a motivator because both of these men just don't want to go down because of the hate they have for one another.
Emotion could be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy.
Grabbing Seth by the hair, picking him back up.
Once
Punk
again,
getting him set up for another GTS. Looking at the WrestleMania sign.
And wait, Seth countered.
Oh
STF.
my God. Cena-esque.
And that's the exact same move that Seth told CM Punk to die in. And he did in the Elimination Chamber. And there's no way to break this.
And Seth is taller. It looks more lethal when he does it than when John Cena did it. Ugh.
Yeah, look at that grip, by the way. Pointing the elbow underneath the jawline of CM Punk and all the body weight of Seth pushed into the lower back of CM Punk. Now changing position, bracing his head, almost squeezing it like a vice.
Seth is hoping that he goes to sleep.
Well, again, look at CM Punk fighting back, though, trying to counter. And I got a vice!
Locked in.
Yeah, I got a vice.
Rope breaks don't matter.
And Seth Rollins is literally scrambling for some sort of escape.
Ref is telling Seth it don't matter.
A wrestling instinct again, though, but look at the knees hitting the back of CM Punk's head. And regular the eyes. Do anything you can inside a steel cage match.
Yep. Curb stomp. Drives Punk's face right into the mat. But Seth taking a little bit of time to capitalize, having to roll over, then move the dead weight.
He's got to shoot the ham and go for the coverage, and he finally does to win against Punk. They got it 2 attempts.
And look what Seth was staring at when he covered him, right at the WrestleMania sign.
Mm-hmm. Both men have dreams of WrestleMania dancing in their heads.
And right now, they're living a freaking nightmare.
Exactly.
Rollins and Punk have pulled out their best shots against one another, and it still hasn't been enough. What does it take to finish this?
We'll find out, I guess.
Seth Rollins right now might be looking to regroup, thinking some more damaging offense here. And CM Punk in a prone state. Uh-oh.
Looking for another curb stomp, going up to the middle rope here. Get a little bit of added momentum.
Yeah, he's going to the higher level. Oh, man. But Punk pulls him off.
Up.
Pulls him on the shoulders. Gotta sleep a third. Gotta sleep connects. Punk with the cover to win. No.
Holy shit.
Punk is getting pissed. Look in the eyes of Punk. What do you see?
How the hell has Seth kicked out of 3 go to sleeps?
A frustrated man is what I see.
Thank you, Walter.
When was the last time you're going to call someone came out of 3 go to sleeps in CM Punk's career?
Never, to be honest. I mean, granted, I don't have the encyclopedic mind that, people like Jeff and What the hell?
Stat
Greg
boy,
have?
Greg
Yeah, the
Cherry.
stat boy.
That
Yeah,
boy,
Greg Cherry.
JJ. I mean, again, we talk about the careers of both these men. Of course, freaking CM Punk, Phil Brooks started off in All Age with wars against the likes of Raven and Samoa Joe. Good grief. What's going through Punk's mind now? How much does hatred fuel you to a finale? Oh!
Curb stomp to
Wow.
Seth.
Wow. Didn't expect to see that.
And now it's into the cover! No!
Dude, he should have stomped him again. No, you had him in position.
An emphatic stop by CM Punk, and Seth Rollins kicks out.
Telling the ref to open the door.
You almost forget that was an option, the way these two kept covering each other.
Well, I mean,
Because they
CM
wanted
Punk,
it to be an emphatic victory. They didn't want to escape.
yeah, but again, with CM Punk, though, you got to consider also your conditioning. Seth Rollins, though, looks like he's literally...
Oh, this is reminiscent of last night. Last
Seth
night,
saying,
Noah.
"You want my house? Take it from me. You want this? Take it from me."
And Punk answering and coming a knee, and now CM Punk once again hoisting up Seth up on the shoulders on the WWE logo, middle of the ring. No, Seth able to escape. And now Seth got Punk up on the shoulders. Yes.
And oh!
Stop, follow up. Put it out by Seth to beat CM Punk. No, kick out to the attempts.
God damn.
This is a
What?
pay-per-view match. I don't care what
What?
people say.
What the fuck?
I told you, hate is a motivator, guys. I thought Seth had
20,000 people and two below me in fucking disbelief.
I
And
thought
now
Seth
it's
had
Rollins'
that.
opportunity to escape.
To JJ's point, though, none of them want to escape. See, they don't want the easy way out. Look.
And you see right now CM Punk just trying to still fight from underneath against Seth freaking Rollins.
Rollins
he's
going back up to the middle rope here again.
And looking
Super
down on
Looking
Punk,
for
you
a
know what he's
super
looking for.
curb stomp.
You were calling for it earlier, JJ. Avalanche curb stop.
That's it. Super stomp now. That's got to be it.
Notice, though, guys, that Seth's not going for the escape or for the cover.
He called him a motherfucker, if you can read lips.
Yeah, he told him to suffer, motherfucker.
Something's happening.
It's got to be Roman.
We don't know. They're not showing it. Whatever it is.
Seth need to... Wait a minute!
It's the tribal chief.
Wait!
Seth Rollins wins because Roman drug him out of the cage.
That's right. He just let Seth win.
But it wasn't about man. Rollins was about getting his hands on him. He just dropped him with a Superman punch. Remember, he was curb stomped on the steel steps by Seth. And this hatred goes all the way back with Seth. Off the shield.
But fellas, remember, if it's going to be a triple, now Punk can say, what the fuck? You cost me the match by pulling him out. So now that gets the heat with Punk and Roman.
Yeah, well, how much heat right now is the Madison Square Garden with Roman Reigns in the building?
20,000 strong chanting OTC.
And our tribal chief is pissed.
That's good booking that he pulled that the pulling him out gives him the win.
Yeah, but again, what does CM Punk think about all this? Is CM Punk even conscious to know this is all happening?
Look at Roman just standing there all nonchalant,
chilling,
stalking him.
You know he's looking
That's
for
a
it
new
here,
shirt.
JJ.
That says YTC.
Your tribal chief curb stomp to Seth. The tribal chief just curb stomped Seth freaking Rollins.
And some nice Jordans.
Acknowledge that statement.
Rollins goes up.
Payback for everything Seth freaking Rollins has done to Roman Reigns. Not just at the Royal Rumble.
But you gotta wonder if Punk recovers, he ain't gonna like what he sees.
One more time. Roman taunting one more time.
I don't think Seth even knows where he is right now. Uh-oh.
Onto the steps, just like Seth did to Roman.
Well,
Payback is a motherfucker, Joker.
We were talking about receipts and revenge. This dates back, of course, to this year's Royal Rumble, to your point. Roman's going to end Seth freaking Rollins. Make sure he's not part of it. And here comes Adam Pearce and W officials to prevent that from happening.
Damn,
I could see someone running down, but I didn't know who it was at first. But yeah, there's Petey Williams, Gregory Helms, Jason Jordan, Adam Pearce, referees.
You're going to need more than that to stop the tribal chief, I think.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'm glad because Pearce was booking it.
Paul Heyman is with CM Punk in the middle of the ring.
Ooh. Look at Roman. Look at the look on Roman's face. Like, what the fuck is this, my wise man?
JJ, remember, before he was Roman's wise man, he was CM Punk's advocate.
Yep. And look at Roman now getting into the ring.
And Roman, and Roman said CM Punk face first in the steel cage.
I like this.
Spear.
I like this.
Nobody upsets the tribal chief.
Is he going to lock and load it?
With a vengeance.
I do not want to be in his way, man.
Well, Seth Rollins and CM Punk learned that the fucking hard way. And we all acknowledge our tribal chief and MSG, Paul Heyman, in the corner. Next week, Monday Night Raw's in Brussels, England. I don't know what's next for CM Punk or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, but for now, acknowledge that Roman Reigns is back. And for Walter Cruz and JJ Williams, I'm Noah Foster. Thanks for tuning into our coverage of Monday Night Raw on Netflix from Madison Square Garden. We'll see you tomorrow night for NXT Roadblock. Till then, make a positive impact in life and have a good night. That was a wild-ass ending. Shit.
Good night, folks.
Damn. Well then.